We were gonna watch. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, me and my girlfriend watched Hoppers last night.
Oh, I heard that was like the best Pixar film since Coco.
I totally wanted to see that.
Honestly, yeah, it was adorable. It was great. Yeah.
Me and Sai were talking about it because she was also saying it was really good. I was like, it looked really good, but I think the marketing for it was terrible.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the marketing for the only reason I ended up wanting to watch it was because I kept seeing memes about the fucking lizard, and and I loved those memes, but yeah, I thought the lizard was funny, so I was like, hopefully, the movie will actually, warrant all this. But
yeah.
Unfortunately, or not, I never see memes because I'm not on any social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm on YouTube, and then I end up doom scrolling through the shorts, and of course that's where I get most of the memes now, which I need to stop doom scrolling. It's fucking killing me.
You said this months ago.
I know.
You can block them on your phone, the shorts.
I know.
Mate, I watched
we watched Still in Tune, didn't we, on YouTube as well?
Yeah, we watched all his videos now.
All his videos now, so yeah.
I watched proper people put a video out. They went back to an abandoned power plant in New Jersey that they'd been to previously, but they go back to it in like the middle of the winter and it's a snowstorm and stuff. And it was like the most serene, calming thing I've ever watched. And I was like, this is like, if you had to put my personality into a video, it's this video. Because it's all abandoned and rotted and decayed, and it's like half demolished, but it's covered in like snow and ice, and you can hear the wind and the hail, and all the birds are in like the ice river outside that. And I was like, it was just so, I loved it. I was like, I would have lived in that space.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He would live somewhere as long as it had good
devour
broadband.
people who come by.
As long as it had good broadband, then
Clem, get in Foundry, please.
Where's Goosey?
He's in Foundry, he's not in Discord. And Clem is in Discord and not in Foundry.
See, I am kinda.
You're not in Foundry?
No, I had it open, my bad. I just didn't sign in.
He's too busy playing D&D on his own.
Good.
Hoppers was a lot of fun. I was pleasantly surprised.
Strikes me as being a film you would like.
Well, yeah.
Humorize it anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
no, I'd heard it was really, really good.
I still think you should watch Dust Bunny though, because that was funny.
Yeah, I definitely want to. I need to find it now because it's not in theaters, but.
Do you need those places?
Nah, I'll find it. I've got places. What I mainly need is I need the time to sit down and just watch it.
Okay. I got places.
I got candy.
Okay, don't ever do that again.
If y'all wanna come back with my truck, I got something to show you.
Just
horrible.
Hello.
Horrible. So what happened last? Cause I wasn't here.
Excuse me.
You were here?
You were here. You were so fucking.
That was the other game. My bad.
You were so distracted. You weren't here. Sure.
Oh, it was so horrific, Swindle.
No, Dark.
Did you listen to it?
Yeah, I listened to it. I'm trying to put it in my notes at the moment, but yeah.
We singled.
I meant the other game. My bad. I wasn't there for that game. See,
the Wednesday one.
Cosmics.
Yeah.
Much cosmic.
Fuck, what are we doing in the other game?
I felt so sorry for the guy, the tour guy, the guide that was like leading us there. I just thought that was so sad. You know, the fact that we were like in the bush and then we looked behind and he was there dead and was like,
Yeah, but not about the village people that were like
Yeah.
apparently dead and then
oh,
rising
that was
up.
so sad as well.
Women and
To be
children.
fair.
Yeah,
That
you
was,
know,
like,
that's
really sad.
Well, if I can be pedantic, it appeared they were all something bad had happened to them, but you only actually saw 2 people, and you fled before any other. You heard the commotion and sounds coming, and you fled, but you never actually saw anyone else.
this is true.
We
We just left
definitely,
them to die.
definitely Volchuk's dead. Yeah.
Volchuk?
You mean Kolchak?
Yeah.
Volchuk?
I'm thinking the OC and the guy's called Volchuk. Kolchak.
So, to date, you are called in to investigate the disappearance and the murder, or apparent murder, of Slater. You checked out the scene. You checked out the body at the morgue. You checked out his apartment. This isn't necessarily in order. You checked out a building he was like had the address for, and it turned out to be like an abandoned building that a young woman seems to have been staying in, that he was helping or in a relationship with or had been seeing, or in some description. There was a thing in the bathtub there that got taken away. The doctor that was, or the medical examiner that was examining that thing, seemed to have suffered some sort of incident where he flew into like a rage, started attacking people. He got taken away. You checked out that body and it started spewing blood over you. You called in the CIA to help. They came in with a squad of guys who shot it and took it away in a van. You also spoke to Slater's support officer, Nina. You tailed her. You thought you saw a character in the building across from her place, but that never led anywhere. Detective Bruce in the special branch had mentioned they wanted to speak to you, and Mark was going to speak to him, but you missed your appointment because you were out in this village. You was checked up in Kolchak's business, and then that led you to the village in the northeast of the Western Territories. And then you went across the border into China to this burnt out village where these people, beings, zombies, wherever they were, came at you. You fled. You got a written message off of Kolchak that he had in his hand, and he said the words "Fengeta Vio Chorny Drakon," which Calvin, aka Tom, will know is like Russian. Because I'm assuming you can speak Russian, Tom, because you're the linguist, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah, I would have thought you'd had enough to figure it out. So that, and that translates roughly as Feng. It was Black Dragon. And you don't know what these dashed lines are. I put an image up of the dashed lines in the journal rather than the text, because the text wasn't keeping the formatting of the dashes properly. You fled from the village. Oh, sorry, you came back from that village. The town over the Chinese border seemed to also been under attack or something. Chinese soldiers were like firing off weapons. You escaped from there. Ran back across the border. The village you'd been in previously to that also seems to have been affected by something, so you skipped by that. Wandered down the main road and then trekked for hours. I said it would have been an 8-hour walk, but you would have got the bus at some point along it once the buses started running that morning, so you wouldn't have walked for a whole 8 hours. Back to the border town, and then he's been back to Hong Kong.
Nice.
Is there any other elements or people you spoke to that I'm forgetting right now?
We reported into MI6 about the incident in the village, but I think that's maybe the only...
Yeah,
other...
well, now when you're back in Hong Kong, you came in there exhausted and stuff, and you're going to have to give a report of what happened. Obviously, the same with the CIA guys, and that's where we're going to pick up today. I was just trying to hit all the key points we was going over before.
Yeah.
But you've got a list of names, the people you talked to, you've got the reports you've looked at, the autopsy and stuff. The picture board, murder board module I was talking about, I'm not going to be able to use that because it doesn't work for this version of Foundry. But we can ring up something similar maybe next time. So I think he's going to give you reports, and then we'll take it from there today. Obviously, you've got a long train ride to get to Hong Kong. Was there anything you just want to kind of discuss or share before you get back to the city?
Could I attempt to, like, translate the Morse code?
You could roll to try and determine the nature of it in some way, sure. Your languages isn't going to help. Do you know anything about encryption? Or,
Well, because my backstory, I was a signal analyst, so I would imagine I would
Right.
have some knowledge of Morse code.
Okay, well then, it's not, again, it's not necessarily in Morse code, so you've got 2 dice to roll
Fair enough.
to investigate.
We actually thought of you about that.
Everything humanly possible. You were doing SegInt in Taiwan, correct?
Yeah, during the Korean War.
So you're probably familiar with encryption that the Chinese might use then, or cryptographic methods that they might use. Would that be an area you would have covered?
I would imagine so. Might not be an expertise, but I might have had some passing knowledge of it.
Just making sure everybody can see this first of all as well. Okay, so the Kolchak message then. Since you get everything but a 6. Where's my notes in this so I don't get this wrong?
Don't you fucking tempt me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you would need an extended amount of time to possibly decode like the actual message itself, because it could be
Sure.
very complex. You would recognize that it's a hexagram with 3 parts to the message, which might, depend on the complexity of it, might be 3 words, it might be 3 phrases, but it's clearly split into like 3 sections. It's a hexagram, and if you're familiar with like Chinese encryption and stuff like that, you would know there's an ancient Chinese encryption method called I Ching, which was made up from collections of sticks at its most basic back in ancient times. It in itself is not terribly complex, but once you add like a cipher and a unique translation key to it, it's kind of the same thing, then it can become very complex.
Yeah.
And I think because you got the 5, you can also tell that this has, first of all, been converted to binary, which is why you have like 6. Like each set is like a set of 6 from top to bottom, and it's 1s and 2s, which would be 1s and 0s. So it's using I Ching hexagram as like an encryption method, but it's been translated to binary first, then like encrypted. But it would be probably near impossible to decipher unless you had the decipher the key for it, or you knew what key they were using. But given time, you could try to decipher it.
Okay.
Or somebody with more resources at their immediate disposal could spend the time deciphering it. Because obviously we didn't have electronic computers at this point to really decipher things like this. It would be people doing it. But you, in the CIA, they would have whole buildings of people dedicated to deciphering stuff.
Definitely.
But
Yeah,
yes.
so Tom's just kind of looking over this note, and it's just like he just like hard staring at it, just trying to get his mind focused on this objective, and he's like able to pick up the levels of encryption, and his eyebrows kind of go up as he realizes the how encrypted this little note is.
And of course,
And
you also don't know if that's a message he's received or if it's one he was trying to get sent out. You didn't see any transmission equipment when you were at that burnout village, but obviously you didn't spend the time to look in detail.
But yeah, regardless of who was sending it or if he had somehow stole it or whatever, the message was clearly super important to be encrypted this badly. Or this much, not this badly.
It depends exactly. I mean, if you had, this is quite mild as far as encryption can go, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't make it any less secure without the cipher and stuff, but yeah, some of the encryption methods they used at this time were like very extremely complex.
Yeah, so realizing that, we don't have a key, so there's no way I can translate it here. At least not without dedicating some time.
I mean,
to it.
you could straight translate it, but it would probably just be garbage without the key.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's really no point in straight translating it. Yeah. Looking at that, I'll just look at everybody else. Damn it. Just click.
You clicked X.
Again, seriously. But yeah, I'll look at everybody else and just be like, okay, yeah, I'll kind of hold up the note and just like this is encrypted. I can probably translate it, but it's probably gonna be, garbled. It's not gonna be what the message actually is. We need like a cipher key, and either that or I need like a lot of time to possibly translate it or send it to somebody who can translate it.
You know anybody?
Do you?
I could send it to report it to the CIA, but if we want to do that, but we've got
actually,
a lot of things
Actually,
to talk about.
Actually, that and I need to talk to you in private. About our work dynamic. It's okay with me.
Dynamic?
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Right, so we go somewhere very private and blah blah blah. That happen?
Yeah, I mean, you could go stand between the carriages and the train while you're on your train journey. If you
All right,
wanted
so
to.
listen, I understand I've been picking on you, trying to get you to go out and all that, and I apologize for that. So from here on out, you are now the observe and report guy. So I won't be putting you through too much like issues unless it becomes dire. Are you okay with this?
Yeah, that's kind of our roles. Yeah.
I pretty much unload all the information that happened.
Well, he was there with you when it happened.
Yeah.
It just wasn't here in session.
Oh.
Tom was here. I wasn't.
Yeah, because I let him listen to the recording, so he knows what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay then. Never mind. All right then. Oh.
But yeah, I mean, given that you saw what looked like zombies from a horror movie or something trying to attack you,
Yeah.
explaining to him that you're not going to put him in danger anymore is probably, you just trying to comfort him.
Yeah.
Which
Right.
makes sense.
So. Report it. I would suggest to report it just like that. And if they don't believe you, it's like, why would we lie about that?
I mean, we also don't really know anything. I mean, it certainly appeared like they were dead and they came back to life and was moving around, but it could just be. I've seen people that were wounded that, by all accounts should have been dead, still move and act around before eventually dying of their wounds, and some I've heard of people being, grievously wounded and somehow recovering. We don't really know if it's like a zombie thing. There's,
Well, I mean, this is
if we-
this is the other thing that you would know from just like examining your memory there as you're on like the train journey, because you saw the guy with like a broken foot or something limping and trying to run towards you, and he was all bloody and beaten looking, but there's nothing to indicate he was like deceased before that. The one that was in the barn banging the door presumably doesn't seem to have been deceased. The guy that you saw die was dead. The guy that had the two guys that had their brains mushed in were dead. They never got up. In the village, you saw the old guy get up from being on the ground, but I mean, you don't know that he was dead beforehand because he wasn't examined in any way. The other guy, the dad in it, didn't get up, and he was clearly dead already because he had his jaw ripped out and all that. So you never saw anyone that you knew for 100% was like deceased and then rise from the dead. Like that's not something you have seen or witnessed.
Oh.
So as far as Tom's concerned, he's attributing all of that, all of like the aggressive behavior to either hostile intentions or possibly the effects of whatever possible chemical weapon we're dealing with.
Right, so what were you trying to say, Alan? Sorry.
I was just going to say, even if we didn't believe they were like literally rising from the dead, if we believed that they were exposed to like some kind of chemical weapon, then I think probably
Yeah.
running away was still a reasonable course of action.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and as we touched on, because you reported it as being some sort of like biological pathogen or chemical agent, you were like checked at the hospital before you were let go. You were told when you were in the train just to keep your distance from people and stuff, just to be on the safe side. But by the time you get to, it's an hour's train journey or so. By the time you get back to Hong Kong, you pull into the station, you just don't feel. I mean, you just feel worse for wear because you're tired, you've got blisters on your feet and such, and you're shaking. But you just don't have any symptoms of any kind of disease. You don't feel like a heightened aggression or anything like that. They would suggest maybe a symptom based on the medical examiner's experience and stuff. You don't have blood coming out of any of your orifices or anything like that. So there's nothing to indicate you are suffering from any sort of contamination when you get off the train. But I think they probably would escort you to another hospital and give you a once over again just to be on the safe side. Or maybe not, it's the 60s.
This is true.
Maybe they're like, you feel fine? Yep, okay, you're good to go.
And so she said, Agent Orange, I never met the guy.
Yeah. It's literally the point in history when they were using it as well.
That really tickled me. I love that.
But yeah, so I mean, they'll probably give you a once over again just to make sure, but take temperature, there's no signs of anything wrong with you, and they're like, okay, well, you guys seem fine. You're tired, worse for wear. I think last time we said you went actually to the MI6 office. I was that tired. I cannot remember what you did, if anything, there. I think you got Lee Feng's profile. Somebody did.
We did.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if you just pick up all that kind of happens, and then you get to the point where you've got his profile, you're reading it over, and you will be taken aside for like an hour individually to like give an account of what's happened, what you've seen. So all I need to know from you really during that process for Suki and Mark is like, is there anything from the experience you're omitting from your account?
We need to talk about it.
Well, that's fine. Let's go.
In message 2 seconds.
No, you can just do it here. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I was
5
gonna say,
seconds later, Cthulhu comes out. Great.
The twist is he was working for MI6 all along.
Yes,
no, I was
he
going
was.
yeah, Mr. Special Agent. Yeah, no, I was going to say I think we should maybe be vague about having crossed the border into mainland China. I mean, I think if we just say that we we witnessed or heard noises and things in the border area, we don't need to say to them, oh yeah, and we crossed over into China.
Yeah.
Because technically I
agree
think
with
that would
that.
be we don't want to admit to having crossed an international border that we were explicitly told not to, I think.
Yeah, we don't want to get ourselves into a risky situation.
Yeah, I mean that's probably. I mean, I don't think that there was anything that they would necessarily gain by us saying that, unless really like the location of the incident. I don't think is that relevant at the moment. So I mean, it's not like they're gonna go in there and search or anything. So
And especially if there's a mole within the group, and we don't want a leakage.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
So you want to basically get your story as you went to the village to follow up on Kolchak's smuggling route. You investigated the border. And then what, you heard gunfire or something happening? Like, what are you saying happened?
We're around the village area. Let's be, like you said, vague. So around the village area means like we could be in the centre of the village, or...
That's fine, but I will say, I mean, as well, being the intelligence agency, they will want specifics. So if you're going to try and be vague about it, you would have to lie, basically, then.
And I think if we just say that we investigated the surrounding area around the village based on the information we had about Kolchak's possible smuggling points. While we were out in the brush, basically looking for this, we heard gunfire and so on coming from what we believed to be like over the border. We went back to the village and found and witnessed, like a dead person and also someone else that we believed to be under the influence of the possible toxin and fled the area for fear of exposure. I think we'd probably cover it.
Okay, so just snip out the whole border part of the story, basically.
Yes.
One thing as well, while we've got a quiet minute before we get into any like major debriefing or anything, I was going to say, can I examine Kolchak's watch that I took from the scene?
Sure. Is there anything you're looking for in particular?
Probably any kind of evidence of it being used in like the sending of messages. Or, like, I'm wondering if there's any kind of like transmitting device or anything in that there might have been. I suppose it's unlikely that this would provide like some kind of mechanical code, like input-output thing. But, I guess it's not impossible.
I like some of the specific terms you mentioned here. Okay, sure. Do you have... I mean, you'll have your basic training, obviously. Actually, no, your basic training might be enough. Yeah, give me an investigate with 2 dice.
Sure.
Well, isn't that convenient?
Just picturing like Homer saying, "Oh, well, everything's tied up in a nice little package."
Yeah. The only thing is, my imagination is failing me the exact nature of what they would use for this in this time period.
Yeah,
but
I don't know whether
in effect, it would be like you're saying, like an input-output sort of thing, because it is a logical gate term, which is XOR. And basically, when you manage to like flip open or twist open, and the little casing in the back of the watch sort of like pops open, some sort of thing in there that would indicate like an XOR gate, and the digit 11, which in binary I think is 00101 or something. 001011. Yeah, it's 11 in binary. So that is probably like dash dash double dash dash double dash double dash, and then probably like the logic diagram symbol for XOR, an XOR gate. Basically, it's giving you what could potentially be the cipher for the hexagram.
I suppose the question is, how much do we trust MI6 to deal with this in a way that doesn't get leaked out to someone we don't want to leak out to?
I like the idea that maybe like as you turn the watch, like change the time on it, it changes what the cipher would be. So depending what time it's been sent or received at, would dictate which key would be used. But at the time that it stopped at when he died, because it's a broken watch, right? It would be like stuck at that time, XOR 11. For the Americans, a user will also be expected to give a report of some sort when you come back in here, given not just the report of a chemical attack in the North Territories, but also the fact that you called in a emergency squad who came in and shot something in public view and then took it away, which was a very public act and would gather a lot of attention. So I mean, what are your plans when you just give a report? What are you going to say and what are you not going to say?
I mean, I don't see a reason to omit anything.
Does James feel the same way?
Yeah. Alright about it.
Okay, so you are just 100% full truth, nothing to hide.
MI6 is the one with the mole.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the good guys. We're good guys.
That you know of.
Yeah, we're Americans. We're the good guys.
Oh,
We're
wait
the
a minute,
heroes of the free
Swindle.
world.
I didn't like how Dark said that. See, I hate when he does that.
Well, I mean, if you don't like it, that's
He's like,
silence.
oh yeah, you know,
I
he's
have
like,
views.
Yeah, you trust him, huh? Yeah. In the back,
I do
I
love
like.
that.
Tom does.
As I
I
said,
mean,
for
Tom trusts them.
Vietnam is going
I
on
don't
at
trust
this moment.
the god
so
who's controlling them. That's all.
MK Ultra was happening as this was going on.
Oh.
Project.
Yeah,
What
okay.
was the one I watched the other day? Project Plowshare, I believe, was still going on at this point.
All right, so yeah,
Doing a lot
we
of
give
sketchy
him-
things.
yeah, you give them information.
I said, just if you tell me what you're not telling them, if anything, I mean, you can be completely honest if you want to just give up all the information and you don't think there's any problem with that.
We give them the stuff that that seems like irrelevant and important, but we like kind of some. It's half of it. That means anything to you.
Well, I need to know which parts you're not telling them then, if there's anything specifically. From the point where you're investigating Kolchak's office up to coming back from the village, basically.
Would it be okay if we tell them all that, Calvin?
I
Yeah.
literally, I genuinely see no reason to omit anything.
We hold off
Man,
on
life is...
the zombies and shit.
Yeah, so life is very easy for the Americans. You've got nothing to hide. And your government is very trustworthy.
Yeah, of course.
So should we hold off
We're the
on
leaders
the...
of the. I'm not omitting anything.
Oh, we should
My
hold off
report.
on the voodoo bullshit.
Well, yeah,
That's from
because
your awesome.
that's for one thing. The voodoo bullshit is supernatural, and of course, that's not real. Let's just focus on the facts of what we know and
Well, here's the
guess that
thing.
it
There's
must be.
nothing to suggest. I mean, what things are there to suggest that there is a supernatural element to anything
Exactly.
at the moment?
Well, hold on. You said it in character.
You're the
Here.
one that's talking about voodoo stuff. Like, there's no voodoo stuff.
We have Area 51.
So what does? So I mean, you're saying that. So what does Jason feel like is supernatural or unexplained at the moment?
Right now, I'm seeing darker people than him. Freaking just saw Ed rise.
But we don't
Look,
know they were dead.
It's the guy that looked
Well,
dead.
let me
Gail.
finish. Because I'm like, you're absolutely right. Because they could just be some weird drug and all that. Oh, it's like, yeah, we hold off on that stuff until we see like some really bad stuff. Then we telling it all.
What about the village in China, the town, where your guide had gone to and didn't come back from alive? Where there were soldiers shooting at this thing that followed you.
Oh, the big baby thing? You can hold off on that.
Well,
I don't know why I keep thinking it looks like a big baby. I'm sorry.
You talk about the bathtub thing. That was the morgue that your guys shot. Presumably the CIA has that body. They took it away.
yeah.
Shit. Alright, so that means they probably would know. Like, we'll just
Well,
say, yeah. Yeah, we
That's
will
the
give
whole
them
point.
half
They're
of that.
supposed
We'll give them half of the whole, thing that attacked in the village. Some of the people
Okay,
rising.
Would we get in trouble for saying that we went into China, crossed the border, and went to that village and shit like that?
Oh, shit.
Or, like how?
That's where.
Obviously, Tom would know this, but I'm an idiot. So.
Well, I mean, I gave you in your CIA case files, you have your operational parameters. That states explicitly what you're allowed and not allowed to do.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what? Now
this.
that you said that, because I actually like that's a good idea. Let's hold off on that. So they.
Oh no, we are permitted to act across international borders in accordance with standard agency protocol.
All right, so final verdict. Yeah, we tell them pretty much half of everything. Yeah, everything.
Standard agency protocol being don't get caught.
And we didn't get caught.
Yep, tell them everything. You're right. Yeah, that
The
should
Chinese only shot our guide. They didn't shoot at us.
They shot the one witness that could have given you away.
Exactly. Exactly. So we're completely in the clear.
My conscience is
acting-
clear. We are the good guys.
Yes,
American.
indeed.
I'm an American. I am the main character in this.
Yeah,
act.
clearly.
Wow,
My chin
just
has
ignored the hell out of me.
grown so big.
Just ignored me. Just horror character mode.
Mhm.
Okay.
We're both Americans. We're of course the main characters.
I'm a black dude. You know what happens in horror movies?
I think
Nose is getting bigger too. It's like
I think you would have a
Pinocchio.
similar process in either agency when you came in to report. They'd sit you down, get a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, take you apart separately, and you'd be interviewed. You'd write out a report. You would give like a verbal account of what happened. They would ask you questions about particular aspects just to, get down as much detail as possible. Obviously, both agencies are concerned, because this was the initial concern, that there might have been a nuclear weapon involved in this communication, this case. And then you're saying you think it's like, are you both giving the opinion you think it's some kind of like chemical weapon then? Biological weapon?
Yeah, I at the very least, Tom is definitely saying that it's either some sort of like chemical or biological weapon. Like,
I mean, you wouldn't be asked, I mean, that's not your area of expertise. I don't think
Yeah.
any of you would be asked to give a
no.
definite statement of what it is. They just want the details from you so they can figure out what it is, right?
Yeah.
But if you're kind of like veering towards, we think it's like a chemical weapon or something like that, that would be like noted down, obviously.
hmm
But yeah, I mean, I think it's on the process, and probably an hour. I don't think they would grill you for more than that, because they'd be wanting you to get rested and stuff, and then probably grill you again later for like a debriefing. Our MI6 agents, after you've gone in and spent like an hour or so, giving your individual statements, you can like sit together again, and you're just like told to wait while they process what you've given them and determine what the next stage is going to be. So you are like still in the building for the Department of Trade and Commerce, just like in the waiting room, kind of, or in like a meeting room, like two of you just sat there. Whereas for the CIA, after you've probably the same, but you're not going to be waiting as long. It's only maybe 10-15 minutes after you've given your statements that you are called into Cannon's room, the station master for the CIA. So, come in, sitting behind his desk, is like, come on, guys. It's still morning because you've got back in the... No, sorry, it's in the early afternoon because you've got back in the morning and all this kind of stuff. It's like, come on, guys, have a seat. He's had a coffee and everything. He's feeling more awake now.
Yeah.
You can see that he's got the papers out in front of him. It's like, I've just been reading the reports that you gave, your statements, when you come in here. I mean, it sounds like you had a hell of a night. I'm assuming you also told them the Brits were with you for the whole thing, yeah?
Sorry, what was that?
You would have also told them that your whole team was there, including the two Brits that were with you, yes?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I mean, you sound like you had a hell of a night. I can't imagine the Brits were too happy about stepping across the line. But these villagers you've seen, I mean, there's a team up there just now investigating, taking samples. I haven't heard anything back about, any violence or people running around. So, I mean, what exactly do you guys think happened out there?
I'm not quite sure.
Do you think what's happened out there is any way related to what's happened to this British spy that's died?
Seems to be that this, for one thing, the British spy was connected to Kolchak, and that's why we were investigating him in the first place. And the fact that Kolchak was moving through these places to and from, and now this is the third time we've encountered these, strange things attacking, or it feels connected somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe Kolchak was contaminated.
He fingers another piece of paper beside the two reports you've got and kind of looks at the corner of it and puts it back down. I've had the lab guys look at this other thing you brought in. First of all, I appreciate that you called it in and had us take it away. I think we might have a disciplinary hearing for letting off the firearm in public like that, but that's not your concern. The lab results back on this thing don't give any indication that it's some kind of contagion or pathogen. It's not a kind of disease. I mean, basically the lab boys tell me this is inconclusive, but they don't think it's a kind of a weapon. Frankly, they don't seem to be able to give me a straight answer about what they think it is. So my concern is, you said you've ran into a couple of these things now. My concern is just like, is this a weapon that's being used? Is this something we need to be concerned about? Because I haven't heard anything from MI6 about any sort of like weapon being used in the area.
Don't know if it's a weapon, but it feels like someone is experimenting with something, and I mean, I don't know anything about these kind of weapons, but it definitely feels like someone is doing experiments, and they're trying to cover their tracks. And I think Reese got too close and was killed for it. Maybe he got real close and then was discovered, but he was really heavily interested in something in like this Red Horseman, and I feel like Red Horseman is connected to both Reese's murder and
what about
whatever this is.
Yeah, what about the Red Horseman? So you've got the Kolchak here, who's now dead. Do you have any more leads about how to find this Horseman character, or whoever he might be linked to?
I believe we have one more lead. Well, I bet on a couple, I guess. But the next biggest lead I think we have, since Kolchak's dead, is another character. Is someone else that Reese had contact with. Someone that Reese mistakenly called as Bowling Fenning, but we now realize his name is Boli Fang. And well, we haven't had a chance to look into him yet, but we do know that Kolchak and Reese had connections to this person.
All right, and this this Li Feng character, and what about this Red Dragon that's been mentioned? How does that tie into things? Is this like a triad or a communist group or what?
We haven't found anything more conclusive other than these few mentionings. Kolchak, before he died, mentioned it was Black Dragon, which I'm not sure if that's an entirely different person or a different organization.
Right. And he presses a little buzzer on his comm. So Rachel, do you have Sue? And she goes, yes, he's here waiting, Mr. Cannon. And he goes, why don't you send him in? The door opens, and Kai Su, the other agent you have passed, I think Jason talked to him briefly. So he's another CIA agent in China. He's Chinese American. He comes in, medium build guy, quite youngish looking, sort of like late 20s, short black hair, very well kept. Suit, shirt, tie, comes in. It's like, Mr. Khan. He says, Sue, Kai, have a seat. Kai, why don't you tell the agents here what you've been following up on in the last few months? And he turns around to you both. He says, well, the last 12 months while I've been stationed here, I've been following up on a possible communist terrorist organisation operating in the Hong Kong territories. It's funded by China, as far as we can tell, and I believe they have been plotting acts of sabotage and terrorist activities. Does this sound like to you, gentlemen, that it could possibly be this Red Dragon? Or maybe have some connection to your gangster here, Li Feng?
Anything's possible at this stage. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Mr. Su, what's the name, the moniker that this organization has been going by? And he looks, it's like, well, it doesn't really seem to be giving themselves a name as much. They haven't committed any acts where they've had to state anything. But as far as I know, the reach of this organization is high. I believe they've thoroughly infiltrated the British intelligence here in Hong Kong, particularly Special Branch, and
Jesus.
potentially even the Governor's Office. I've had a lot, my sources have been giving me a lot of information that indicates that they have contacts that high up in the government. And they have been smuggling weapons in via your smuggler Kolchak.
They might have run out of use for him if they're the ones that killed him. Either that or the Soviets got to him first.
Can odds. Well, I mean, you came across him as he was dying. I mean, what do you think was going on there? Do you think this was a hit? Someone's tracked him down? Does it look like some sort of gangland dispute that's been had out? Do you think the Chinese stepped in and killed him off? I mean, you were there. What do you think happened? It looks at you, Jason.
To tell you the truth, sir, I'm not really sure about a lot of things.
Well, I mean, you were there and you saw him die. I mean, what did it look like happened? Who, was he shot? Was there a lot of signs of gunfire? I mean, were there other vehicles? Do you think the Chinese killed him and then moved on to this other town? I mean, what does your gut tell you?
That's just it, because it's funny that you say that, because we did look around and it was nothing. Nothing of amongst that. That character sort of, did we see any gunfire or nothing? He would just stare, right?
No, I mean, the two dead bodies you did see, it looked like they were, like, beaten to death. The bodies looked like they'd been beaten very badly, and obviously their heads were, like, smashed in, maybe with a bat or a rock or something.
Oh yeah, I'm back. I'm back in character. Yeah. It looks like someone bludgeoned them to death. That's the scary thing about it.
Well, I mean, it probably safe to assume it wasn't the Chinese military then. They would have shot them, most likely.
Pretty much.
I mean, that sounds to me... I don't think the KGB, it's not really their style either. I mean, that sounds to me like a gangland killing of some sort.
Could be. Reese seemed to, in one of his reports, seemed to discuss a possible initiation that he had to undergo, where he listened to someone be tortured. Could also be this organization that Kolchak was a part of, or was assisting.
Do you think?
Maybe they're
Do you think Slater
brutal.
was infiltrating this organization, this gang or whatever they are?
I believe so. Reese definitely didn't have the highest mental health, it seemed like, but I believe that he was trying to get to the bottom of this organization.
I mean, as far as we're concerned, guys, domestic terrorism, smuggling, gangs, as bad as these issues are, these are issues for the British to deal with on their own turf. What we're concerned about here is if there's a dangerous weapon being smuggled or handed around, or the information on how to construct such a weapon being handed around, and if the communists have got their hands on it. Because anything the Chinese have, they might pass along to the Vietnamese, and obviously that is going to be a big problem for our boys down south.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Sue, any information you have that might be relevant to their investigation, I want you to share with them. And likewise, fellas, you throw Kai here anything that you have that might help him make any progress in determining or infiltrating this group. Any information any of you come across relating to weapons, be it nuclear, biological, or chemical, I want you to make a top priority. I'd find as much as you can and get that reported in so it can be taken care of.
Yes, sir.
And I want to know what this Kolchak was smuggling. I want to know if he had access to something and he's been killed over it. So just add that to the rest of your investigation at the moment. And what about the Brits? Have they given up anything useful? Or do you think they're withholding anything useful that they haven't told you yet?
No, I think at least their agents that we've been working with have been fairly forthright with information.
As I've come to
All right,
understand, yep, so
Actually, no, it's something like it's slightly humorous, but it's more important.
what's that?
Calvin,
But what?
okay, look, let's just say it out right now. Y'all are dealing with a lot of weird things lately. I think we should have more firepower.
Even Karen raises his eyes a little. Use what? More firepower? How
I'm
so?
asking. I'm asking him.
I mean, we've been carrying guns. Multiple guns.
And do you need hunger guns?
I mean, Jason, if you say directly, I mean, Jason, if you feel like you need to requisition something, you know, the office is right there. I mean, you can just ask. I'm only going to ask you that you're discreet about, you know, using and carrying these kind of weapons.
This is why I meant it was kind of humorous because I just wanted to hear what he had to say.
Yeah,
You know.
no, I mean, we've been carrying guns this whole time. We haven't had much of a need to use them, and the few times that we have, they've been effective. I don't see a reason why we would need anything more or bigger.
I'm gonna start pushing me in a wheelchair then. Think about that damn rocket launcher cast. Anyway, yes. Never mind. We'll settle with our you know, heavy small arms.
I mean, if you guys run into opposition trouble that you need backup for, you know, we're just a phone call away.
Indeed.
But yeah, feel free to ask Mr. Sue here if you know if he's got any information that could help you, and likewise, Sue, ask them if they need anything in their investigation. All right, gentlemen. Needless to say, you know, be careful with what you're saying in front of the Brits. If this organisation has infiltrated their intelligence agency, there's no telling where a leak might come from. It's my understanding that the agents they've paired you with are somewhat inexperienced as well, so just bear that in mind.
Wait, out of character, was I the only one who actually saw the thing?
No, Tom was there as well. Are you talking about it in the village, or are you talking about it in the bathtub?
In the village. In the village.
No, you
Yeah,
saw
no,
that. You all ran from it.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, all of us.
All of us. Okay. Continue.
Yeah.
So, how much, you know, what should we specifically not tell the Brits?
Well, I mean,
the
you know, let them
agents?
know what they need to know. But if there's anything concerning, and if you know, they need to know if there's going to be any, like, terrorist acts going to be committed or anything. I'm not asking you to put lives in danger here for anyone. But when it comes to national security on our end, you know, if there's any dangerous weapon or plans of a weapon or knowledge, intelligence on a weapon, it's priority for us to know about that, because we are the ones currently at war, and we are the ones most concerned about that falling into enemy hands.
Absolutely.
And obviously, if you come across anything sensitive, which could, you know, that you wouldn't want the enemy knowing, just be careful about letting them know, because you don't know who else is listening.
Yeah, we've been very careful. Yeah, we have. Because, yeah, whatever we find, we always go, okay.
Alright, fine. Okay, we'll investigate this Lee thing and see where it takes you.
On it.
Gets up, shakes your hands, his leave. Kaisu leaves with you as well.
Use the intermission music. Alright.
As you leave the office, Kai comes up to you. It's like, I read over your report, fellas. You mentioned this black dragon here. I mean, this is something I haven't heard of yet. I mean, what do you think this is? A person or what?
Has to be either a station or a person.
I mean,
that.
I mean, you're saying you're investigating this triad guy. I mean, it's not uncommon for triads to use black dragon as an insignia or a tattoo or something. A lot of them, you know, black dragon can signify like vengeance, violence. So, you know, it's something that a lot of them do kind of make use of. it would be kind of unusual for them to maybe name a person as a black dragon.
It perked up on on when you said vengeance. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, the black dragon, depending on the context, can mean a lot of different things, but in the context of triads and such like that, they will use it as like the sign of like a vengeful spirit or power.
Reese refers to the Red Horseman as the Red Horseman. I feel like, or at least my gut instinct, it says that Black Dragon might be a person possibly within the same organization.
You think?
Maybe.
You think it's like a code name or something?
It's the first time we've heard the name Black Dragon, and it was Kolchak's last words, saying it was Black Dragon. I mean, he said it in Russian, and we knew that the Soviets were after him. And it, for one thing, his death doesn't fit their MO. And I doubt the Russians would ever use Black Dragon as a code name. I mean, obviously, I'm drawing conclusions and assumption and assuming a lot, but just what my gut's telling me at this current time. I have no proof of it. Obviously, it's just what I think. I believe Red Horseman and Black Dragon are individuals within this organization.
Yeah, I've had a hard time pinning down anyone in this organization and how it's operating. All I know is that it has someone higher up pulling the strings, which has made it difficult for my sources to dig any deeper on it. I know they were involved in smuggling. I know they had contacts in the KGB, which is why I raised it as an issue in the first place. But with like you said, with Kolchak disappearing and then dying, it's kind of like drawing a dead end to one of the avenues that I would suggest to follow up on.
Yeah. We just gotta hope that we can get to Bowling Fang before he ends up becoming a loose end to be removed.
Have you considered or found anything to suggest that the agent that was killed Slater might have had something to do with this as well, and that's why he was killed?
It's possible. I mean, if you're undercover and infiltrating, you have to play the part, which,
Well, what if he's not playing the part? What if he was actually involved?
It's possible.
I mean, I'm just looking at what you guys have got here. You've got a dead guy, and you've got another guy you're following who's now dead also. I mean, if it is like a gangland thing, they might be, snipping loose ends.
Need to get to Bowling Fang before find out what he knows before he might be another loose end.
So Kaisu just gives you a nod. It's like, well, good luck, guys. I'm sure you'll find Li Feng interesting. He's quite a character.
A lot of interesting things happening lately.
Everyone has Li Feng's profile, right?
Yeah, so.
Should all have them. Okay. Yeah, because the CIA will have info on them the same as the MI6 do. And with that, our American friends are left to get on with what they're getting on with. MI6.
Hello?
Yous are left sitting there for a lot longer than you're comfortable with after your interviews, before you hear from anyone. And when the secretary comes in, says, Mr. Poole will see you both now.
Yes, ma'am?
Yous are taken upstairs 2 floors to another unmarked office where Jacob Poole, the station master for MI6, is sitting behind his desk with 2 other gentlemen, one on either side of him, kind of like sat behind him. They all look very similar, sort of like older middle-aged men. One with spectacles, one without, all dressed in their tidy suits. Jacob stands up as you come in, goes over to shake your hand. Good afternoon, Mr. Ballard, Miss Sang. Do you just want a cup of tea or anything?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
I wouldn't mind, thank you.
He goes over to where the tea and stuff is laid out. You can see they've already had a cup each. And he pours you out one, he pours himself out one as well. Even though you said no, Suzuki, he just kind of pours you one, sits in front of you, just anyway out of habit. Sits down. So, I've read the reports you have given. Some interesting facts in here. I'm sure you've gone over it 2 or 3 times already, given your report, but I just want to get your thoughts on what's happened in this village in the northwest. We have a team out there just now. I haven't had any reports of any substantial findings or anything dangerous being found. Just a few bodies of some locals, unfortunately. So I mean, you were up there, you were looking in the forest for this smuggler. You weren't able to find any sign of his activities in the area?
Nothing conclusive, sir.
And in the village itself, when you returned, and these people seem to be affected by something or other, you believe, there wasn't any sign of contamination, explosion, or anything that would suggest that they've been targeted by some kind of weapon?
Given the circumstances of what we've been investigating and the prior day's incident with at the coroner's office, we felt there could be a connection, and it was better to err on the side of caution. We did note the particularly unusually violent death of one of the bodies that we saw, and felt it better to not to take any chances with this one.
I see. And so if there wasn't any evidence of anything having happened, I mean, what makes you think something had happened to them?
Well, if we were to assume that the connection between Mr. Slater and Mr. Kolchak involves whatever substance caused the, I want to say, mutation to the body that we saw at the coroner's office, then again, we were just assuming on that connection that if Mr. Kolchak had been using his smuggling route to transport this substance, then perhaps that was responsible for the incident at the village. Given that we heard gunfire across the border, we suspected that perhaps there was a larger incident in play.
But it's possible that whatever happening across the border is completely unrelated to what you're investigating, correct?
This is true, sir. This is all just a hypothesis, but again, given what we could be dealing with, we felt it better to be careful.
I feel like there's a lot, a lot more questions being raised here than answers, Mr. Ballard. Going back to, you mentioned the body that was at the morgue that the CIA apparently recovered, or our American intelligence agents at least. I mean, I've sent a memo over there to ask for any information they have on this body that they've taken away, because we were unable to give it a proper examination.
Yes, that was very unfortunate, but they had got there first, sir.
Yes, I mean, we will. That's something for our diplomats to work out, I'm afraid. But yes, it's unfortunate that we don't have access to the mutation, as you call it. I mean, you can understand my concern here, agents. I'm not even sure if you're indicating that there is a danger that we're seeking to prevent here.
I think there is some sort of danger.
If we were to take Mr. Slater's reports as having at least some degree of truth, then I would at least believe it to be plausible, sir.
Takes a cigarette out of a cigarette pack and lights it. I'm reluctant to take anything Mr. Slater has given us in the last few months as factual, as I'm sure you can gather.
Yes, sir, but the strange goings on that we have, witnessed, has, made us more cautious, and also it has, we have more belief in what Slater has commented on and has stated, due to the unforeseen circumstances and situations that we've been in the past, couple of weeks.
Days. You've only been at this a couple of days.
Couple of days.
I understand that you are both answering to control in this investigation, but if there's anything else you've come across here locally that suggests that there is some sort of chemical agent in use, or that there is some sort of like smuggling circuit in place, I would ask that you report those facts to the station so that we can take it up and have it investigated. Obviously the security of the nation is our main priority here, and the protection of the civilians. We already have a number of civilians dead, from what exactly yet we don't know, in that village. We want to do everything we can to prevent more deaths, understandably.
Yes, I understand that you have our full cooperation.
Well, that's heartening to hear. So, given that, and what you've seen so far, like I said, there's not a lot of answers in this report, that's just the details. This would be speculation on your part, but where do you think this is leading? Do you think we're dealing with some sort of weapon that's been used on these villagers?
Yes, I think it's some sort of biochemical agent, or some sort of material that's being used. For what that's still up for discussion and investigation.
I've been led to understand that Dr. Carruthers has suffered some sort of psychiatric breakdown, and he's currently being treated in Castle Peak, the new psychiatric hospital, following the incident, and they haven't been able to remedy his symptoms so far after his contact with this mutilation. So obviously that is concerning, and given these reports of other violent behaviour, they may be some sort of, I don't know, hallucinogenic substance, or something that's affecting the minds of these people. That's certainly something we do not want to see spreading.
Yes, especially within government or other intelligent agencies. We don't want to lose any more men.
Exactly. And to that end, have you came across anything more revealing regarding Slater's murder?
Do you want to go from here, Mark?
We suspect that Slater may be connected to this in some way through his investigations. His reports indicate that he was witness to some kind of like an initiation ceremony that may have brought him into contact with whatever organization is distributing this substance, or so we believe. All the connections seem to point to this. Slater is connected with Kolchak, and Kolchak appears to have been involved in the smuggling of something which may either be the substance causing these incidents or in some way connected to it. So we believe there is a connection, but at the moment we can't exactly say where this leads. We do have another lead in the form of a triad member that Slater refers to under the name of Li Feng, but so far we have not investigated this lead. That was our next priority, though.
I'm somewhat familiar with this Li Feng character. Yeah, something of a reputation. So, you think it's connected to Slater's murder, and it's something to do with the distribution of potentially this psychotropic or whatever it is. Is there any indication about why or where this has been sourced?
That, so far, we don't know, unfortunately. The presence of Kolchak suggests that perhaps there may be a link to the Soviets, but again, that would just be speculation.
And this investigation of Nina Sau, and you suspected that she was being surveilled. We weren't able to find any evidence of that. Do you believe that she's been surveilled? Do you think there's a counterintelligence aspect to this?
Well, I was followed for in one of my journeys.
Yes,
so...
I mean a certain level of counterintelligence by Chinese here is to be expected. Unfortunately, that is just the reality of the situation here. But I was asking, do you think it's a step beyond that? Do you think it's perhaps linked to what you're investigating? Or is no reason to
It-
suspect it's anything extra?
It could be, and I do think like extra surveillance on her, for protection reasons, as she was Slater's, partner, work partner, that, she should, air of caution and all that.
Okay. So you're going to chase up this lead thing. I mean, I don't know the exact circumstances of it, but do you think this is also linked to the attack against Detective Bruce last night?
We were not aware of an attack on Detective Bruce in recent times, no?
I'm
I see.
shocked.
Detective Bruce is currently in hospital with his injuries. They say he's lucky to be alive.
How did it happen? I was supposed to go and see him today. I had no idea.
Well, apparently in the early hours of this morning, he was... I'm not sure exactly what he was doing in Kowloon, but he was over there to speak to someone or to meet with someone. And it appears to have been assailed, probably by multiple assailants, and beaten to within an inch of his life. He was discovered, I believe he was discovered in the middle of the street by a cleaner going to work.
Is there any indication of who could have done this to him?
Not at the moment. I mean, I think he's in an induced coma. He looks over at the one guy and the other guy shakes his head like he doesn't know. The last report was his condition was stable, but I don't think he was conscious yet. We certainly haven't been able to speak to him to get the details. I know he was the acting agent initially on this investigation. I just wondered if you had conferred with him at all, or if he was part of your investigation yet.
Again, we were due to speak to him today, but we were detained with the incident at the village the previous night and had been so far unable to do so.
Regretfully, I don't think you'll be able to speak to him for some time now anyway. It might be worthwhile to speak to his office and see if you can get access to his investigation files.
Of course, sir.
Alright then, well, I guess you can carry on. If you have any bones to throw us, anything that might be useful, anything we can act upon, we'd be happy to hear it.
As soon as we have something concrete, we'll let you know, sir.
And if there's any suspicion
Yes,
of
sir.
anything remotely possibly endangering the lives of anyone, please let us know.
Of course.
Of course.
Rises, shake your hands. Very unusually never introduced you to either gentleman in the room whatsoever. And they usually let out of the office.
Take it we didn't recognise either of the other men in the office?
No. British looking, that's about it. Two old white guys. After that, you are free to leave and do whatever you need to do.
We stop and talk for a wee bit. That was quite a lot of information, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
Detective Bruce, that's a little bit sketchy, isn't it?
Yeah, the fact that's happened now, again, I'd love to know what it was he was investigating at the time.
Yeah.
I just hope that we'll probably need to go and see if we can get access to his files as soon as we can, in case anything, happens to go missing before we get there.
Or he disappears or suddenly is gone,
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that we weren't able to speak to him, but if it happened in the early hours of this morning, then, we were due to meet with him today, so we would have been too late anyway.
That's true. And then about this Castle Peak as well, with the doctor, I think we need to investigate that as well. However, I feel like the Li Feng thing as well, we need to get that through, but at the same time I feel like the Detective Bruce thing is quite pressing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, as I say, there's a strong chance that if Detective Bruce had anything sensitive in his files, that, it may accidentally be lost.
Yes. As you know, you're the lead, so should we go to his office or speak to someone that he trusted?
Unfortunately, we don't know what his contacts were like. We should probably go to his office first and see what we can find out.
Yeah.
So you two want to go to Special Branch.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about our American fellows after your interview, where he's going? Or what would you like to do, Mr. Lead Investigator?
On it.
What do you guys want to do?
I mean, I definitely want to check out Bowling Fanning. Or, he ends up croaking.
Okay, so you have...
You know what? We might as well, because it's like, shit, what about... died.
So you have your profile for him. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Also, have between the two pairs of you, have you arranged to meet at some point later today, or are you just going to call each other at your hotels or what?
That's a good question.
Maybe we should just meet them first for 5 minutes and then go to the office. And just tell them what we're doing, and then we know where they are as well. So if anything happens, that we know to go search
Yeah, I mean,
there.
that's quite sensible, yeah.
Yeah. We just meet them in what's called a
So you just want to arrange to
downtown
meeting up
cafe.
in the evening, sort of dinner time, in that case?
Well, we want to meet up before.
Well, I mean, you
to-
wouldn't have known how long you were going to be doing what you were doing there,
right,
though.
okay.
But if
okay.
you'd arranged to meet at dinner time, you could probably be certain you'd have been out by then.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Just a suggestion. That's common sense. That's what I
that's
think you would have done. Sure, I'm guessing the same kind of location again, a public space that you have view of exits and that kind of stuff. You just want to meet up.
Different table.
Well, I would imagine it'd be a different location entirely, but it'd be a similar type of location.
Yeah, definitely.
So, one of our detectives is that we were Mark was supposed to meet up with has ended up in hospital, badly bruised and hurt, and he was supposed to give us some files. So we're, there's air of caution, so we're gonna, investigate before those files mysteriously disappear. So.
What would make you worried that the files are going to mysteriously disappear?
Because of the mole in the.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think they have a known triad. I don't know, maybe you would call them a leak exactly, but a connection from. Oh well, no, he was police rather than special branch, though, wasn't he?
Yeah. Felt like when we were talking to him that everything wasn't. He did give us, some answers, but I feel like not the whole story.
So you two are going to tell these two guys you're going to go to Special Branch to try and get Bruce's files.
Yes, and then we're going to visit him in the hospital as well, just to check everything out. Would you like to come to the hospital with us after whatever you're doing?
Well, we're gonna try to check out Bowling Fang first. But
nice.
Definitely be careful around Special Branch.
Yeah.
Just be very
What
careful.
do you know?
Well, we suspect that this organization that we've been investigating might have infiltrated Special Branch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
We've kind of thought that as well, didn't we, Mark?
Well, I think at this point we can't trust anyone that we don't firmly believe to be trustworthy. So
Yes.
Yeah. So just be careful what you let slip around there.
Yeah.
Okay, so they two are going to go to the hospital. What are you two saying you're going to do, if anything?
I was looking over Slater's report, Because I thought he mentioned meeting up with Bowling Fang at a restaurant, but I guess that was technically Kolchak, and I guess Fang showed up after or late into that particular meeting.
Yes.
Not sure if that's like a good spot to see if we can find Fang again, but
Yeah, you could
I
speak.
mean,
That was cool. He met Kolchak at the
restaurant
restaurant, and then
owner.
Kolchak introduced him to Thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not really a good spot to be like, oh, that's not a spot that Fang frequents, I guess. Granted, he also mentioned that during this meeting, he also met two guys, one of them by the name of Black, who was apparently German, and another guy, Law, who might be British. But yeah, just Black kind of stands out to me, which I don't even have a freaking clue how we chased that lead down.
That report's also from like a couple of years ago, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it's worth going to the restaurant just to have the connection of, because was that not where like Kolchak frequented?
So there's no reason, there's nothing there to indicate anybody frequented that place or it was a regular spot.
Yeah.
All you know is for that one meeting they met at that one restaurant.
Be look at the periphery of that area of like, what
It's
is
quite
in
a
that
high
area.
traffic, well frequented
Yeah.
area with lots of restaurants and things like that.
Or even scope it out, speak to people that you think,
Wait, okay, hold on. So we have this other profile for Jung Sing, who is a detective working at Special Branch and is also connected to the same triad that Fang is connected to.
Technically, he's Hong Kong police, he's not a special branch.
Yeah, I made the same mistake. I got that mixed up.
Known to the agency by the and then working as a detective in the Hong Kong Special Branch.
Oh, sorry, so I've written the first part wrong. Okay.
That was
Ooh.
I was about to say.
Oh, yes. Making mistakes.
That's all right. If he's not with the Special Branch, then yeah, that's fine.
No, he will.
He
He will be special branch. I've written the first part wrong.
Unless
okay. I see now.
you want to come with us to Detective Bruce.
That might actually be the way to do it. Track down Li Fang through this young guy.
Yeah. What do you think, Mark?
Well, I mean, we could go to Special Branch and maybe ask to speak to Young, but I don't know. How do you guys want to play it with that one? I mean, do we just pretend that we don't know that he's compromised and see what, if anything, he'll tell us, or I don't know? Do we try and lean on him?
Yeah, let's try and lean on him. Yeah.
Do you use recall at this point why you have this guy's profile for Sing? Do you remember where he's got it from?
Was that one of the ones we got from MI6?
I think so, because I don't have any notes about this guy. Which isn't really saying much, because my notes are comprehensible. I'm still hung up on who the third person is in the fucking murder scene.
Looking at his file, he's born in Taiwan. There wouldn't be any point in asking your, connections with the CIA if they can tell us anything about him. He says he was the son of a political activist in Taiwan.
I might be able to talk to Don, ask him about it, if there's anything.
Yeah, it just struck me it might be something that you guys might know more about than we would.
You've got Sing's profile as part of this stuff alongside Yisu's letter in that empty apartment.
Where's the...
Oh, it's from there, right. Mm-hmm.
Right, and I had the address book as well. Can I look up? There must be... What's called the... I wrote down all the addresses from the address book on the, was Bo Li Feng's address on there?
He had a contact number for him.
Okay. I have a contact number for Bo Li Feng. Do we want to, go out of here and listen, phone, and then Mark, do you want to be the one to take, phone him and we'll just listen?
Hmm. Would we gain anything from phoning him directly at this point? I mean, does he have any reason to want to talk to us, or?
Well, we could say that we are friends of Slaters. We don't have to say what we are, you know?
That's a possibility. I mean, we could certainly keep that one in the pipe. I mean, I think we should go to the special branch and see if we can get anything in terms
Yeah,
of Bruce's files first. But we can certainly look at that
yeah.
Oh,
afterwards.
I do have a note about June. Sorry. I completely, yeah, it's this tiny little note here. It's like, Reese was one of ours working in secret with the CIA, had a female contact, CU, that was feeding him info on a triad member working as a police officer, made frequent inquiries on if this June had connections to a religious organization, seemed convinced that June was part of a church, ? Okay. Boy, Jesus, how do you be a spy?
Well, you generally have to be
So-
quite intelligent.
Yeah, you got me, the dumbass.
There's a couple of ex-CIA guys I watched things of, and like they are just packed with fucking knowledge, man.
Christ, okay.
They definitely pick people who have amazing levels of memory.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
I've got the memory of a goldfish.
Hun, where are all the files? Because I have the MI6 case files, but some aren't there.
You
I thought I
have
had
all the
8.
files that are there. They
Where
haven't
are
moved. Nothing's
Where-
changed. It's all there.
Where are they?
You talking about the Operation Silent Mirror files?
Yes.
Yeah, that's...
How far down can you see on the list?
Oh, okay. I can see to 15.
Which is June Singh,
Oh no, I can see Jun Singh, and I can see
Kolchak, Li Feng, and Kolchak's message.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all of them. So, everyone going together to Special Branch? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we... Yeah.
Okay, so it is evening. We can go to Special Branch outside office hours. So it'll be darker. The lights will be on. People are definitely still working. There's a night shift. There are people working long hours. So past sort of dinner time, when we're getting to like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening, there'll definitely still people be there as you get into the building. And Special Branch is just going to be, I think it'll be like a floor of its own within like the main police headquarters building. So you go in through the main police headquarters foyer and just get the elevator up to the floor that they're working from.
I think as much as we can, we should probably play dumb that, just act as if we don't know the special branch may have been compromised. We're just here to do due diligence. This is just like a matter of routine because, Detective Bruce was relevant to our investigation, and we need to follow up any leads that we have.
That sounds really good. I think you should do the talking.
Okay,
so
are
that
you-
not to trip us up?
Are you guys wanting to do this through your liaison in the Special Branch, or do you just want to go in there and just ask?
I think go in there, just ask, because it's like the element of surprise. They didn't expect us to be here.
No one expects the Inquisition. Okay, you guys show up, you get the elevator up to, I don't know, 3rd floor, 4th floor, wherever they're operating from. Special Branch, going through the doors. Front desk staff, not there at this time. You can hear typewriters getting clicked away in the background. You can see a scattering of people around, guys exclusively. Typical like white shirt, braces holding up their black trousers. A lot of them are smoking. Some of them are typing away, and others are just kind of like sitting thinking or talking to each other. It's a very subdued atmosphere. They'll definitely throw some eyes over in your direction when they see you come in, especially if there's all 4 of you.
Does anyone approach us, or is there like
If you stand there awkwardly, someone will get up and walk over. Just go, yeah, can I help you?
Good evening. My name is Ballard. We're from the security services. I'm sorry to trouble you with this at such short notice, but we were informed about the terrible circumstances regarding what's happened to Detective Bruce. We were scheduled to meet with him today originally, but obviously, given the circumstances, we were unable to do so. We were wondering if we could have access to his files on current investigations. This is, I know it's making more work for you, but it's just something that we have to go through as he was relevant to our investigations. So we're just trying to, cross the T's and dot the I's. Something we have to go through.
All right. Do you have ID with you?
Of course, and show him documents showing who I am.
All right, give me a
I
moment.
show him my document.
Yeah. Look at him. You go, okay, he picks up the telephone from the secretary's desk, dials the number, sits on the desk with the phone, and it's like, "Hi," blah, 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 blah. Just like calls for confirmation that about who you are and if it's okay to let you in, that kind of thing. Okay, he hangs up the phone. Right, okay then. The Bruce's files you want to see? I mean, how far back?
Well, it would probably be anything that was an open investigation. It would be fairly recent things that would be of interest, I imagine.
Sure. He okay. Follow me.
Thank you.
Looks across, takes 4 of you along. As you're walking through the office, you can feel the eyes from everyone else just like watching you. Takes you into like a little back room, and it's just like filing cabinets stacked from the floor to the ceiling. And he starts going through them, around them, and then he pulls out a drawer, unlocks it, pulls it out, and starts flicking through. Alright, here. Okay, and gives you a little thin folder. I think this is what Bruce was working on. Yeah,
Thank you.
Human trafficking case, if I remember right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Alright, security agency, you say?
Yes, it's just kind of an overlap, I think, between a person of interest that's relevant to us. I believe it was also a person of interest that was relevant to him, so it's just something we have to check out.
Must be pretty important for 4 of you to come along like this.
Well, it's we're we're having difficulty with this one, so anything that we can get a hold of would be have us jumping up and down for joy,
Alright, I was going to go along to the hospital later tonight and visit him actually. I heard his face is really messed up. They've got him in like one of those wired jaw things.
Poor man.
You guys have any... I'm not going to ask for any information obviously, but you guys have any idea who would have done this to him?
No.
I'm afraid we're as much in the dark as you are. We were hoping that what we're investigating might turn up some leads in that as well. So
Alright.
if we get anything that would be of use to you, then we'll be sure to forward you the information.
Yeah, sure, I'll give you his name. I don't have it in hand. Mr. Lau. Yeah, sure. Listen, any information you give us about what happened to you, and we'd really like to nail the son of a bitch that did that to him.
Of course, we completely understand. If we can turn up anything that would be of use to you, then we'll be sure to let you know.
No problem. Is there anything else I can do for you guys while you're here?
I think we're good for now. Thanks. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
All right. Are you going to take those files away? I'll have to get a copy made if you are.
If you wouldn't mind, thank you. That would be probably the easiest way to do this.
All right.
Yes.
He leans out the door and whistles and shouts one of the guys over. He gives him the folder and says, "Going to take us down, have one of the secretaries punch up a coffee." And he's like, "Okay." And this younger guy takes the copy and disappears into the hallway. There's a coffee machine downstairs if you guys want to wait there. I'll have them bring the copy down for you.
That sounds good. Thanks for your help.
Thank you.
No problem. Just walk out down to the foyer lobby area. A lot more kind of uniformed cops coming and going down there. You can see them bringing in the odd person who's had too much to drink or whatever. They typed really quickly back in those days. probably only 15 minutes or something before the guy comes down and he's got you like a copy of the files.
That was quick, thank you.
It might not be that fast. I'm not sure how many files he would actually have, but he didn't have like a thick folder. But they used to type insanely fast. But yes, they'll come down and give you a copy of the files. And they'll have like a big stamp on it that says like copy over the top of the pages as they get them over to you. And then you'll need to like sign at the front desk to, to sign out the files. But all that will happen, no problem, and you'll get hold of them. Now, I don't have another handout to give you, so I'll just be giving you the gist of it. So, Detective Ewan Bruce was investigating potential people trafficking operation that was going on over between the Chinese border and the Hong Kong border. That was his initial investigation, and then he started coming across a bunch of women that were supposed to be there that were missing, and a handful of them, their bodies were found a few days or a couple of weeks later in the local area in Kowloon. They were all bodies, they were all dead. Most of them had been like beaten to death. It looked like quite severely, broken bones, broken jaw, eye sockets knocked out, all that kind of stuff. Other ones, however, their body was not dismembered, but appeared to have been dissected, as in very carefully cut open by someone with skill and tools, and any number of their insides were missing.
Oh, so you think we have Jack the Ripper on our hand?
He'd been trying to escalate this because of the murders, but these women were deemed, not just migrants, but also prostitutes, sex workers, and therefore it wasn't escalated beyond the human trafficking. It appears that he was had taken some personal interest, responsibility into this case, and was really sticking with it, beyond what his superiors kind of wanted them to do. But what stands out to you is on the list of women that were missing, that he has Yisu's name is mentioned. He also has further details in it, when he's trying to build up connections between these women, and he's circled that is interesting that they all had the AB plus blood type, which is quite a rare blood type.
That is rare indeed.
Does that?
Was there anything else that showed up in, did he say anything else that he was going to do next? What was his plans next?
Well, obviously, he gets assigned to this other case with Slater, which is completely unrelated. But with the discovery that you've made in Yisu's apartment, this is where he's are these linked somehow? Because this woman is missing, and then she turns up in the apartment that he has. Or rather, the thing turns up in the apartment where she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And technically, we don't really know if that's her or not.
No,
We just sort of assumed.
We don't know at the moment, but yeah. The only person that was indicated to be there was her, so.
Did he say who he was going to be meeting next?
1 second.
Are we still at Special Branch, or have we left?
No, we're still there because we have
Okay.
to get the...
Literally looking through the thing. Well, you'd get the files, and then you're reading the files, and then you get information. But I mean, you could read it in the lobby if you wanted. It's up to you guys. It is the police headquarters. So he suspected that a gang within the Sun Yeon Triad were responsible for this trafficking that he was investigating. And Li Feng's name does come up as linked to that triad. Whether that's directly related, you don't know.
Do you possibly have an address for a Li Feng?
As she's asking this question, I am looking at people around me just to gauge a reaction.
Sure, I mean, like I said, it is the police headquarters. There's a lot of typical police activity going on for the evening. People being brought in, taken out, officers going back and forth. I mean, I guess initially when you were standing there, people were looking at you what are you doing? But when they see you get handed files and you're reading that kind of stuff, I'm not going to pay that much attention to.
Nobody bats an eyelash when she mentions Li Fang's name.
No.
Okay.
Person at the desk will be Li Feng. Okay, do you have the full name?
Could you give me the full name?
It's his name is Bo Li Fang.
Bo Li
His
Fang,
aliases are Cheng Tu, Zishang, Chen Bo Kong.
Yeah, you get them information, they go away for a little while, come back. As this gentleman, they show you a very similar profile to the profile you have already.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Last known address, she gives you last known address, which is within the Kowloon walled city.
Ooh. I wondered when we were going to end up going there.
Ever since it was first mentioned, I knew we were eventually gonna go there. I've just been
Yeah.
dreading it
Yeah.
this whole fucking time, man. Anywhere but there.
Well, I mean, at this point, the walled city has not had decades of people squatting and building on top of each other, and
Yeah.
it is very densely populated still, because this is just kind of when the density really kind of fits in. Because all the migrants have came down, it was all ghetto towns all around the city,
I do.
and Kowloon
I'm
became
just
one of them.
I'm like whispering to them, and I'm like, I do think we need to go to the hospital first, and you know,
Sure.
get something on you, because he might have more information that we can gather
Well-
before going into that address.
I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to speak to Detective Bruce, but we could at least, see if we could ask the reporting
Maybe.
doctors if there's anything on his condition that might be
Yeah.
of interest to us.
Maybe a pen and paper. You know.
I don't think.
I think if he's in a coma, I don't think we're going to be able to
Yeah.
Oh,
keep
okay.
him going.
Do you suspect that whoever beat him might try to kill him while he's in a coma?
Yeah.
I mean, we could ask MI6 for additional support for protection for him.
Yes.
That might be the way to go.
Yeah. I think we should do that, and then we should just then go to that known address.
Sure.
So hospital first.
Yeah, I mean, we can.
Yeah.
That's the new-ish. It's only been open a couple of years at this point. Queen Elizabeth Hospital is the main hospital.
Yeah. I think we should all kind of scope out if there's anybody that looks a bit, you know. We would know if there was someone that looked a bit shifty or a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you're
mm,
trained to spot people that are kind of
Yeah.
acting suspicious and hanging around and watch people
Can
and that
we
kind of
can
stuff.
we do a roll on that?
You can do a roll on that if you want, Laura.
Is that's 2 dice? Yeah.
Investigate, yeah, 2 dice. I mean, there'll be sketchy looking people around, but nobody that is like purposely like watching anything or anyone.
Okay.
I imagine the A&E section you'll get, because it's later in the night now, people that have had too much to drink, had an accident, been involved in a fight or something like that. There'll be some sketchy characters around, but nothing that suggests it's like they're watching entrances or anything like that.
I think just before we go in, I'll maybe make a call from a phone box to the MI6 liaison and check if they've got any additional security on Detective Bruce and urge that they may need to post someone to watch him.
They'll say, well, there should be a police constable at his ward already. Are they not there?
We haven't been up to see him yet, but
Want me to run up?
I mean, if you
just
have
check?
any intelligence that indicates he's immediately in danger, of course we can station someone else there. But the police should have a constable on watch there already.
Ask them for extra people there.
It could be nothing, but it could be something. I think if we can spare an additional support to watch over him, then it might be prudent just to make sure nothing happens to him.
Okay, yep, sure, we can make a request for that.
Thank you.
I think towards that end, can Tom make a similar call to the CIA
Mm-hmm.
and just similarly ask for someone to watch over the detective while he's in a coma. Just because
They're
there's
much faster.
well, no, just suspecting that he might have information and they might kill him while he's in a coma, and B, because the police and MI6 are compromised.
You give me a 2 dice roll for Tom trying to convince him, because he's not necessarily important to CIA.
It's fair. 2 dice, risky action, or
Just 2 dice. Yeah, risky, yeah, sure. Okay, they're unsure exactly why we need to protect this guy, but they're right, okay, if you think it's important, we'll have someone sent over there.
he might have some useful information. I mean, he was beaten for a reason.
Sure, they will get someone over there in short order.
Okay.
When you guys go up to the wards, there is a policeman in uniform. There's also a few other policemen in or out of uniform, sort of standing around drinking tea in the ward. It seems like a few officers have like stopped by to check in on him.
Do we recognise any of them?
Not unless you're familiar with cops in the city.
Are you friends with Bruce?
Yeah, Ewan. Of course we are. Worked with them for 12 years now.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, these guys will just be like work colleagues, friends. They just came by because it's still visiting hours to check in on him, see how he was doing. His wife and child will also be in the actual room with him by his bed. You can see in through the glass. He's just like laid there. His face is like black and blue. His hair looks as if it's all been kind of like torn, and he's got one of those like the thing they do when your jaw's all broken, all the steel rods and everything through it. He's got like that all around him, and he does seem unconscious, and he's linked up to EKG and that kind of thing.
I dig out some sweets from my bag and give it to the child.
Right, child's a 14-year-old boy.
Is he okay? I still give him sweets anyway.
I mean, I don't think immediately they would let you in to where he is, because it's for like family only.
Alright, okay.
So yeah, I mean, you just can see him. You can see all his colleagues that are there and stuff. Is there anything you want to do?
Well, scope the area out. Does he have any papers or?
No, he doesn't have any work stuff there with him. No.
Is there an attendant doctor anywhere nearby that we could ask about his condition when he was brought in?
You could ask the nurse at the nursing station.
Sure, I'd like to ask, if she can tell us anything about how he was when he was brought in, if there's...
Well, I mean, I can't give you particular details, but when he was brought in, it was kind of touch and go. He had a lot of severe injuries, internal bleeding and such. But he seems relatively stable now, and we're just got to let nature take its course.
Of course.
We just try and make him as comfortable as possible and hope that with time he recuperates. But he did receive serious head injuries and such, so we won't know until he regains consciousness his exact condition.
Do you know where he was picked up from? Where was?
I mean, I don't have the exact details in the case figure, but I know he was called in from over in the walled city. A worker woman had found him in the morning in the street. She thought he'd fallen out of a building because of his injuries, and that's where the ambulance picked him up.
I see. Well, I think it's pretty clear where we need to go now.
Yeah, it looks like all roads are leading us to the Kowloon walled city.
Yes.
Something I'm wondering about is, should we try and find someone with knowledge of the, I want to say, culture around that place? I mean, I imagine it's the sort of community that's probably not that keen on outsiders.
I think as natives, you'd well know that large parts of Kowloon, not just the World City, are like triad run. Like, the cops don't deal with community issues there. The triads are the ones that deal with it, the self-police. Because it was like migrant communities there that self-policed. And then obviously the triads became more criminal and stuff over time. And it's like, you know, imagine the areas in some American towns that were like mafia-run sort of neighborhoods. It's exactly the same kind of thing, except it was triads that ran them. And at this time, it's particularly the walled city becomes this place where just cops don't go.
And it's like that in this current time, right?
Yeah, I mean, the walled city is not that different at this point because there's a lot of ghetto towns scattered around Hong Kong, which are like the walled city. It's just over time they all kind of get replaced and fade away, and better buildings are built to house everybody. But the walled city remained, you know what I mean, and just became more kind of isolated that way because there was only one left. But in the 60s, there was lots of ghetto settlements scattered around that were just like the walled city. So although it's there, it's not got quite the reputation at this point that it had, but it does have a bad reputation there. As like people do, especially outsiders, think of it as like a criminal place. You know, the gangs rule. But there's lots of like normal people just like living there. They're just poor.
Yeah, people trying to get by. Yeah.
Do we have any access to contacts within the triads? I mean, I'm thinking particularly either would Suki, as a native of Hong Kong, have any like family links to someone there, or alternatively, would the CIA have any like known informants within the triad that could possibly help us like gain like safe passage through the old city?
Could I do a roll to see if
I mean, I
had
don't
to-
think Suki with her background is going to have relatives staying there. It's mostly going to be poor migrants from China that are staying there.
Yeah, I don't mean like actual people that live there, but like someone within the triad that, you know, might be able to like guide us through the place without, you know,
Yeah.
like vouch for us effectively.
I was thinking about, maybe she's done an investigation before or something, or she's a colleague or something that's, dealt with the triad before.
I actually think because you're MI6, that's less likely. You're going to be very well educated, posh upbringing type characters. I don't think you would know people like that necessarily.
Yeah, okay.
Any chance of the CIA
maybe,
ever?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that, because they're a wee bit different. So.
So I feel like the obvious option for us as the British team would be to go to Special Branch, but Special Branch would probably might
Compromised.
point us to Young, who we know to be compromised.
Yeah.
Or lead us down the Mary path,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Or if not, lead you into a trap.
Or I was thinking, money talks, doesn't it? And the Americans have a lot of money, don't they? So maybe they could, lay some of that cash. We could get like sort of confident,
Yeah. I mean, if we're trying to cultivate an informant, that usually takes a lot of time and resources.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm just
being
thinking-
spies, other spies, that's literally what they do is gather informants as a network.
Yes.
So you would want somebody who has somebody in their network that you could use.
Yeah. So we just need to.
There's always a weak chain.
Well, it just
When-
depends. I mean, your agency will have somebody who has a contact that could be useful for that purposes, but whose
Yeah.
agency and who within the agency do we want to reach out to?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably look to the CIA guys in this one, as I say, if our
Yes.
known point of contact is suspicious, then, maybe someone from their end might be more useful.
So a
Yeah,
CIA friend, so you literally just spoke to a guy who's like an agent here in Hong Kong who has like aspiring setup.
Yeah, Kai. Yeah. So
Maybe
probably
Kai could come with us.
I doubt Kai himself is gonna come with us, but at the very least, if he's got an asset somewhere in Kowloon that could help us, he could probably lend it to us. And according to our station master, he's on the up and up, so I trust him implicitly.
Say that with such confidence. So he's going to reach out to Kai. Kaisu.
Yeah. Just asking if he's got any assets that could help us with an investigation into the walled city.
Alright, you call the CIA, and then they make a call, and they'll have to call you back on whatever payphone you're at the hospital.
Yeah.
Eventually, after maybe half an hour or something like that, and the operator's like, alright, I have Mr. Sue on the other line. Did you get your details to make sure you are who you say you are? I'm going to pass you through now. Just pass you through. So, yeah, this is Sue.
Yeah, this is it's over the phone. Yeah, this is Calvin. I was wondering if you had anybody that could help us look into Kowloon, like a guide.
A guide? Alright, I mean, where in Kowloon?
The walled city.
The walled city? Oh, you're getting your hands dirty.
Roads seem to point that direction.
I need to make a few phone calls, but maybe, yeah.
Okay, well, any help would be appreciated.
Alright, when are you thinking of going in there?
Sooner rather than later, but I mean, you know.
Alright, I'll call back on this number if this is where you're going to be, yeah?
I think this is as good a place as any.
Alright, I'll make a few phone calls, I'll call you back.
Okay.
Like in 45 minutes, 50 minutes later, the phone rings back and he's called you back. So, okay, I've got a guy who says he can take you on a walk around. As long as, you know, you're going to pay him for his time.
Absolutely.
Alright, it'll give you an address, which is like a quarter mile outside Wall City. It's a tobacco house. People just go for smoking. The guy's name is Tao Meng, and he's a little bit older, long beard, Chinese guy. He's been an informant for a while, and he knows his way around. He grew up there. He'll be able to show you around.
Great. Thank you for your help.
No problem.
Well, we have a guide, trustworthy informant.
Great. I'd also like to have a wee look at the markets, you know, like occult markets.
The occult markets, the infamous occult markets.
Hell yeah, let's go to the black
satanic
market. Let's go.
artifacts. Oh yeah, the black market's an actual place. Yeah.
I mean, there might be somebody selling like antiques that are a bit
underground
fruity.
market or
Underground
something.
satanic markets, of course. How could we forget?
Yeah.
With Bazaar,
have a-
where they have rocket launchers and upside down crucifixes
And fire flames.
and fire
Don't
flames.
forget the fire flames. Yeah.
Fire flames of all sizes.
Yep.
As many cans of donuts and lighters as you could want.
Yes.
I'm being facetious, in case you couldn't tell.
Should we try to like make ourselves look a bit scuzzier before we go in there? I feel like, you know, heading into the famously rough area of Hong Kong in our best suits and everything might be a bit.
I love how your
Personal.
polite version of inconspicuous is a bit scuzzy.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely some more casual wear.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what, we've got a white guy and a black guy, so they're gonna immediately clock us as Americans.
Pretty much.
And anybody will assume that because we're Americans, we've got money. So
Wow, that's a
It
stereotype.
might be worth having like a cover story as
Time.
well in case we're, you know.
yeah, I just can't imagine what else. I mean,
I'm going to look quick, you guys decide how you want to do this. What you want to
Yeah.
take.
Can you get me a Diet Coke? Thank you.
Yeah, can you get me one too?
Yeah.
Coke for everybody.
That might legitimately be have to be our
You mean that's our
yeah,
yeah.
score some drugs. I mean, why else would you go into the sketchy part of town?
Yeah, I mean, we could always, you know, if we feel like it's appropriate, we could always say that we're doing smuggling like similar to Kolchak, that like we're trying to, I don't know, move some inverted commas merchandise.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, we definitely don't want to. We don't want to broadcast that we know anything about Kolchak, because that'll
Yeah, probably like not drop his name, but just
yeah.
you know, suggest
Just-
maybe that we're
we're-
doing that kind of, we're in that kind of line of work, you know,
we're looking for business.
importing and exporting.
We're just.
I mean, I'm
looking for
saying
business.
merchandise, but you know, like the merchandise is actually just bootleg Mickey Mouse figurines.
Yeah.
It is like genuinely frustrating to be this dumb, and I'm trying to be a good spy.
You could actually no, because you can always use that knowledge that you know into something else. Like, okay, where I'll learn this. Okay, I got this.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's more the minutia. I've you know, surprisingly enough, I've not ever been trained to be a spy, so it's like I'm trying to think of like what would a spy do
Makes sense.
in these specific niche, you know, situations. What's
I
a good
think-
cover story and shit like that.
Yeah.
But
I think I'd be a terrible spy. I'd have it like written over
You-
my face.
I'm like, no, I'm not a spy.
I didn't want to
from
say
a
nothing, but
spy organization and all the.
I think I'd be too inconspicuous. Like,
I mean, truth be told, same, like legitimately, but
see me coming, they'll be like, okay, she's a spy.
yeah. That one right there, definitely a spy.
Are you a spy? And she'd be like, no.
No.
Just out there telling jokes like, you know, MI6 drive cars like this, but MI5 drives cars like this.
The, the eyes tell.
I don't know, Alan,
have to tell me.
if you've ever seen my cousin try to lie. Him and his sister and his brother. We were playing
It's
like
so funny.
a game called Resistance where like some of you are agents, some of you are spies. And you get like basically a social deduction game.
Yeah.
And you got to lie to each other. And whenever it was like one of them trying to do it, and their eyes would like go wide and unstaring, and their face would go all straight, and they'd like sit up, like totally upright with their shoulders back, and they'd be like, "No."
Quick, act natural, completely.
Yeah.
Acts completely
Like, the most
unnatural.
obvious, like trying not to look like you're lying, look you've ever seen in someone. It's hilarious.
Oh,
God, yeah, I do the same shit. I am a terrible liar.
I'm actually an excellent liar.
All you gotta do is like force me to
Yeah.
make eye contact, and I fold immediately.
I was so good at that game because I was good at getting them to just like blame each other.
I wish I could, but I'm just so obvious. Like I can't make eye contact when I'm lying. 'Cause I know.
I just think like Alan and Laura and
Dink.
David, yeah, just they were so
They're so funny, they're
just
so
like
bad.
see when their face goes red and then the eye movements in
No, it's the
sort
pure
of face.
wide staring eyes.
red
Like
eyes.
I'm totally like making like eye contact because I'm not lying.
I think like something. I think like I think I'm half and half. I think I could hide it. I think maybe.
Anyway, so you decided when you're going, what you're taking, how you're dressing.
Yeah, I think we're gonna try to dress a little bit less inconspicuous and pose as possibly smugglers looking to, you know, looking for work.
It will be
Okay.
dark because it's
Okay.
nighttime as well, guys. Sorry, Glenn, what you say?
I was hearing what he's saying. Okay, smugglers. So how does a smuggler dress? Exactly.
Yes.
No, trench coat is too copish.
Yes, trench coat would be very out of place.
Yeah. Oh,
I think,
slightly military and slightly not.
like, maybe if we just go kind of like, yeah, a bit more dressed out, maybe looking more like blue collar workers or something.
I was going to say, if you
Yeah.
want to just go like regular civilian clothes, that's like the
That's
easiest.
so original.
But that's what you want. You want to look as original and bland
Oh,
and unobvious as
I'm not.
possible, right?
I'm not disagreeing with it. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a problem to get that kind of clothing. Are you making an effort to like hide your features, your faces in the enemy, like hats, scarves, that kind of thing? Or would that be too obvious?
I don't have any scope, do I?
I mean, you can get a hold of them, but it wouldn't be difficult. The infamous black market that Laura was talking about sells all kind of disguises.
Well, I'm not saying that it's gonna be like, but we could find a treasure. There might be a hidden treasure.
I mean,
Treasure?
unless you guys
No,
want
we
me
went
to act
to
like
markets. We went to
Wow.
markets before, and we've found some, treasures, haven't we?
Treasure? I'm just thinking
Items,
there
artifacts.
will be stalls on the streets you can buy loose clothing from, like hats and scarves, stuff like that, if you wanted them, as well as saying.
Yeah.
Calvin will have a hat, like a baseball cap, and probably like either a scarf
cap?
or like
Not. They wouldn't have baseball caps.
I was thinking maybe like, just like a woolen hat, like, someone working at the docks would kind of go for.
Yeah.
yeah, probably yeah.
This is the prime time period for the bonnet, the old man's flat cap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those are everywhere.
with a bandana.
Yep, you get bandanas. A lot of people would wear them when they were working for the fumes, the dust, and stuff like that. If they're in a factory
Gotta
or
keep
something.
my hair good.
Any kind of hat with a brim as well, obviously, keep the sun off, even though it'll be night. So civilian clothes looking as honest as possible. Perhaps some effort made to disguise your face or something in some kind of way. Sure. Okay, so like I said, the address you got is maybe like a quarter mile away from the walled city itself. It's a place where there's lots of markets and stalls and things like that. A lot of them will be closed at this time, but there will be like late night markets, people selling things, street food, and businesses that open will be like gambling dens and establishments, laundrettes, the smokehouse, pubs, nightlife kind of places. And one of these smokehouses, tobacco houses, is the one you've been given the address for.
Fantastic. What was the guy's name again?
Tao Meng.
I'm just writing that down.
And when you get to the smokehouse, you can see it is in fact Meng's Tobaccos and Smokehouse. So it's kind of tan-coloured sign with brown lettering, got it in Chinese, and then English underneath. Just the reeking smell of like tobacco, cigars, cigarettes, pipes, coming out from this place. There's like all these tables and chairs outside the front. It's kind of like a cafe with all these like, old guys, almost primarily old guys, sitting around chewing or smoking.
Fantastic.
Assume someone goes in and asks for Meng.
Go ahead and ask for him.
How many of you guys are actually smokers in this?
I definitely am. Just assume that Tom has a cigarette wherever it's, appropriate.
Because for anyone that's not a smoker, going in there is going to be like, I really don't want to go in there because it's insanely like smoky. Even outside. Anyone who is a smoker, you're not going to be that bothered.
It's a lot, but it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, your lungs are full of it, you're not that bothered. Sure, go in, ask for Meng. This sweet old man with quite a long beard, not full-on Manchu Kung Fu master beard, but quite a long beard, goatee coming down. with a mustache, quite thick-set eyebrows, all kind of greying. But he's very old, but he stands up very straight. And he's got like a light blue shirt on with like short grey pants. They just kind of cut at the ankle, and he's got like sandals on below that. And he comes along, he's got a big pipe in his mouth. And he's got a kind of chewing action in his mouth, although he doesn't really seem to be chewing something. And he comes along, dresses in English. Yes, you're Chan's friend?
Yeah. My name's Calvin.
You need a guide, yeah?
Yes, we do.
We do.
Okay then. Give me one moment. He shouts over to a younger man, gives him some instructions in Cantonese. Gather that they must be related in some way. And he gets out from behind you, and he's got this big walking stick. He puts his like old man cap on. He goes, "Okay, well, let's go. You can tell me where you need to go. I'll show you around."
I'll wait until we leave the actual smokehouse before I tell him. It's like, we're hoping you could take us near where the Sun Yi-on triad operates.
Triad operate everywhere around here.
I think we probably want to check out the address that we have for Leafang.
Yeah.
Forgot about a lot of information.
Yeah. He looks at the address and it's like, oh, this is an old building. Okay. Okay. Your lady friend coming with us?
Yes.
Is that a problem?
No problem. He takes you by the arm, Suki. And just like takes you by the arm so he can like lead you along. It's like, you stay close, friend. Anyone gives you any dirty words, you let me know, and I'll chase him away. And he waves his walking stick.
Of course, thank you.
He's got a big, thick, hooked walking stick. He doesn't seem to use it for walking. He's obviously just got it with him for defense. Sure, he doesn't walk very fast, but he's not got a limp or anything like that. He's just quite short, so he doesn't move very quickly. Takes you along, and he's quite chatty. You know, he's talking about his business. He's talking about how he grew up here. Points out places. He's like, that's the well we used to go swimming in. You know, things like that. You approach the walled city, and like I said, it's not as big and as dense as it is now, or got to. But it's still like 3 stories high, just a block, a big ghetto slum, houses and shacks built on top of each other, on top of this old stone formation, which was originally a fort. And he starts telling you how the fort is like hundreds of years old, but people have been here for like thousands of years, when it was all fishermen, you know, before Europeans came and all the rest of it. And you can see even like outside the exterior of the stone forts, there's, you know, it extends a lot further with all the shacks stretching out in like all directions. Lots of lights on, lots of little smoke coming through the little chimneys. You can hear children, babies crying. You can hear couples having arguments. The smell of like cooking is very strong, and then once you get into the area itself, it becomes these like narrow passageways, like little alleys. Dogs, cats are kind of running up and down them. There's like little trickles of rainwater and sewage kind of just like going by, collecting, pooling in like the corners. Most of the buildings have like just like slide doors, or it's all very thin, flimsy. Some of it's sheet metal, some of it's just like plywood, chipboard sort of thing. So you can hear like everything everybody's doing and saying in all the different houses as you walk through. You pass a couple places and it looks like they're like textile workshops. You can see women and men like sewing and packing things. There's lots of cooking going on. And really the smell of just humanity and bodies and waste as you get like deeper into it. Tao Meng is going to indicate that, you know, this is an old address, so it's from like in the centre, on one of the lower floors. But you can't just go straight into the lower floor. You have to go like up and over and around, because people have like built buildings that block the alleyways and stuff like that. So you have to go up and over someone's roof, and then down a set of stairs and all that kind of thing. Very quickly, even though it's not really a large area, you can get a sense of how you could get lost in here, because once you're inside it, there's no sense of like time of day or anything like that. It's just so dark and so artificial lights, and they don't have like constant electricity. You'll see like haphazard wires that someone's running from the main street, and it's coming through, and bits of it are like sparking, touching things and all that, and people have like ran other wires splitting off of it. And there's just like maybe occasionally somebody's trying to tape up the connections, but a lot of times just like exposed wires twisted together as someone's trying to link their fan or their light into the wire someone's ran through the whole thing. Just a death trap waiting to happen. But eventually you get through, and there's like all these young guys sitting playing dice in one of these little alleyways as you come down this thin set of stairs. Towman kind of like stops for a second, puts his hand on your waist, Suki.
Mm-hmm.
And he like yells to them, Chinese, Cantonese, and then he yells at them in like Mandarin. And then they come over and they have a kind of heated back and forth where they're saying, "You're not meant to be down here, old man. This is off limits," and the rest of it. And he says, "Hey, my daughter lives here, and we're come down to see my grandson," and all this kind of thing. I'm especially, but eventually they'll kind of like stand aside on either side of this little alleyway, and he motions for you to follow him as he like walks between them all.
Okay.
You can feel the eyes of these young guys as you walk through. You might notice one of them, his sleeves all rolled up, he's got like scars on his forearm. The other guy's got a really nice looking burn on the side of his neck. A very tense, sketchy kind of feel as you go into this dark section. Tommy's like looking, he's like rubbing the side of the building as if he's like looking for a sign or a number or something to indicate exactly where he's to go. And then he's turn a corner and bump into this lady who has like a small child under one arm and like a big bag of shopping in the other, in this sort of basket. And he asks her, "I'm looking for this address." And she points down the corridor, which somehow looks even darker. And she's like, "You shouldn't go down there though. That's like off limits. Like no one's been in there for months." And he's like, "Well, we're just taking a sightseeing tour around here." And she's like, "Okay." And she goes on. And then he like signals to you. He goes, down this lane on the left, there's a door down there. That's the address you want.
She said no one's been there for months.
Yeah, he goes. Yeah, she says no one stayed here for a while. It's uninhabited.
Did we go inside?
I mean, no, I think we just cut our losses and just leave the Kowloon walled city. What do you say?
All I need to know is who's going in first, and do you have any weapons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going in first, and yeah, I got weapons.
Jason, you stay up first. Immediately your shoes are just like splashing in about half an inch of just like sewage. So the smell is very potent here.
That feels relatable. Anyway,
the walls here are not as flimsy as like the exterior walls in buildings and stuff. It seems this is like an old stone structure. So the wall here is like stone, not even bricks, just like stones and mortar. The door itself is part wooden and part sheet metal that's been kind of put together. You can see that it was locked at one point because of the latch that's there, but that's been long, broken off, and the door is just kind of like half closed. But there's no sounds or light coming from inside though, so what would you like to do?
Well, my original plan was we might, scope the place out, observe from afar. Maybe if we were to talk to someone, bullshit our way in.
With the sewage?
I mean, it's such a closed environment. It's hard to like scope around. I mean, you can go around the exterior of the stone building. Just kind of like run your hand along it and follow around the edge of it. It's not big.
Yeah, if it's not big, I'll do a quick perimeter just to check, make sure there's no like back door or side entrance or.
Yeah, I mean it's not more than like 20 feet in length, the wall for the exterior of it, and then it's just like the lane all the way around. It does seem kind of like separated, unlike most of the structures in here, but there's like another floor immediately stacked on top of it.
No other doorways or entrances.
There is what presumably was a window, and it's just like bars and then sheet metal on the inside.
I'll do my lap and then come back to the others and just be like, this is the only way in. But yeah, I guess we'll just peek inside.
I'm sure there's
Yeah.
nothing horrible waiting for us in there.
Yeah,
You got
Well,
flash.
we all know there's gonna be some.
You guys got
horror.
flashlights as well, right?
yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
some sort of sludge monster. We know it.
Well, no matter what, Tao Meng needs to survive because I don't know if I could find my way out of this bitch.
He's not going in there. He kind of like stands back and let you guys go up
Yeah.
to the door. He's going to stand at the end of the little alleyway here and just make sure those teenagers don't come back.
He's like, not enough money can get me in there.
Yeah, man. Making enough money to do this shit.
So, Jason, you go up, door's half open. What would you like to do?
Alright, take gun out, take my light out, forward, and look around.
Opening the door, looking inside?
Going inside and looking around. Gunpoint.
Sure. The door you push open creaks a little bit just because of stiffness, but you kind of hold it against your back as you look in. Immediately in there, there's just like a little small hallway that goes off to the left, back along the way the wall was. And it looks like wooden paneling inside that somebody's like added to the structure to give it some, interior. But it's just like bare wood and then just like the stone floor.
Everyone behind me, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not an awful
Alright.
lot of room here, so you will be kind of single file.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's-
I'm behind
well,
you.
what
I
I-
got my light and my gun out as well.
And so, when I see the hallway, I'm like, on point, here we go.
Yeah, you go in
I'm gonna be forward, you guys gonna be looking on the sides.
You go in, immediate turn left, because that's the hallway. It looks like it goes the length of the 20 feet, pretty much to the other end of the building, so you go along there. The wall on your right-hand side, the wooden wall on your right-hand side as you're moving along, you don't hear any noises or see any light through any gaps or anything like that, although it's quite well constructed. It looks as if it's all solid. There is a kind of burning kind of smell, as if someone's burnt like plastic or something like that. Or maybe a very artificial
Doors, are
incense.
like, I'm sorry, are there any doors left, right, or just a hallway?
Just
and then
this
a door?
one hallway right down to the end, and then at the end it turns right, and then it goes for like another 5 or 6 feet, and then there are 2 doors, one straight in front of you and one on the left. One on the right.
Okay, so I'm going in this door straight with me, with Calvin. Guys, be okay to go to the door to the left?
Right, sorry. Left is on your left is just stone wall. The right would be the other door.
Yeah, as we going on the other door, or?
If you try either
As-
door, they are just like those kind of doors where you put the key into the middle of the door handle to lock it. Do you know what I mean? It's both of them are those kind of doors.
What
Go
do we
ahead.
see when we look up? Do we?
The ceiling, you mean?
Yeah.
It's like sheet metal.
Okay. Is there anything suspicious?
No,
about
sheet
it?
metal, but it'd be sheet metal like laid between wooden struts going across to give it support because there's a lot of weight on top of it.
Do we hear any noises?
You can hear noises not from right in here, but you can hear noises from all the sort of buildings around them. You can still hear people arguing, yelling, crying, and all the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is quieter
it's-
here, than it is in the rest of the place that you've been through. Sorry.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go to the door straight, and would you guys be okay to go to that other door, or?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I mean, you and
Alright.
Tom can be right up against both doors at the same time, kind of squeezed back to back.
Two up and 2 right, but okay. I open the door in front of me.
Sure, it's locked.
I break the door handle and go in. Had time to be fucking dealing with locks and shit.
Yeah, give me a 2 dice roll, risky action. Assuming you're not trying to be quiet.
House
Well,
is
let's
dead.
hope nobody's tied a grenade to that door.
I stop and think about it. I'm like, wait.
He's like the machine. He just like roar, Hulk roar.
Did your character say that out loud? Because if you did, I stop mid.
No, that was out of character. You do your thing.
Why did your character say? Okay, say.
Because I wouldn't say that out loud. Wouldn't even think that.
Grenade explodes, you're all dead.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Anyway, let's make a new character. All right, cool.
All right.
You wanna stress? I mean, I know you don't want to, but you're going to stress it to reroll it.
What? I don't have a lot of stress, so.
You'll get it open either way. That's just if you
Hey,
injure
thanks, man,
yourself
for
or
the
not.
stress. I appreciate you.
But
All right.
you are welcome. You're going to take a tier 2 harm, which is a debility, because you're going to fracture your ankle kicking it open, which I think is a fairly reasonable
Alvin,
injury to sustain.
can you pick this lock or?
You've
he
kicked it
still didn't get
open, the
open?
door flies
Oh,
open,
okay.
bang,
Oh.
and then you feel a shot of pain up your leg, Jason, because you fractured your ankle.
Yeah. I tiptoe on it.
You can immediately smell like bleach, soap, cleaning products.
Try to shine my light around the room.
So the one he's burst open is this little
Yeah.
narrow, almost like a closet sort of room that goes along about another 6 to 8 feet. At the end is just like some shelves with all these cleaning products, big buckets of bleach, things like that. There's like buckets and mops stacked up, as well as like rubber gloves and masks.
Is there like, if I shine my light at the floor, do I see like a drain or?
No. There'll be like a puddle on the floor that smells like bleach.
Either they had something in here and they cleaned up any evidence, or they just, like made a lot of messes in this room. Go ahead, try the second door on the right.
Okay, also locked.
I will attempt to pick the lock this time.
2 dice, risky action. I mean, you've already made noise, obviously.
Risky action, stupid.
You wanna... You will get it open anyway. But do you want to... Dark die reroll it?
Yeah, wait. It's you.
So remember to make this...
Ask.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. You wanna do it again?
I swear to God, if this is the fucking... this is the fucking jackrabbit shit again, I'm gonna lose my mind. Amazing.
Okay, handy advantage. You carefully click the lock, push the door open. Inside you can see immediately in front of you like bars, like a cage. You can see shackles hanging from the ceiling. There's really intense like smell of like burnt plastic or rubber or something. Just kind of like going up your nostrils and kind of burning your insides.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can identify.
The lock for the cage door is like open. You can push it in, and you can see in the room the rest of the structure on the inside seems to be the room beyond that. You can see that the floor, or that after a certain distance, there's another cage wall, and then beyond that, it just looks as if the floor just drops away into like a hole.
Drops away. First things first, I'm gonna see if I can find the source of the burnt plastic smell.
It just seems to be the room's filled with it.
Okay.
The deeper you go into the room, the more you'll smell it.
Okay, yeah. I'll definitely. My next thing was to see if I could get close to where the floor drops away and
Sure,
see if
you
I
can
can find the bottom.
push open the cage door, and it squeaks with metal as you push it open. The floor here is like solid stone. And then on the other side, there's another gate part, and it just squeaks open as well. You can see that like, it has locks on it, but it's not been locked. And then looking there, I mean, it's a space that's maybe about 8 feet across, and maybe like another 6 feet or something wide. It just goes like down quite a depth, and there is like a ladder that's been secured to this side of the floor. It looks as if it goes down maybe 20-30 feet.
But I can see the bottom.
Yeah, you can see the bottom. It's just like a rough, rocky floor.
Man. Well,
What did you do?
I guess I'm gonna
What
tell
did
everybody.
you do?
Does the ladder appear relatively new, or is it like ancient?
Relatively new. It's like screwed, bolted to the floor here.
Cool. Yeah.
It is a wooden ladder.
Question would be: is it metal or is it wood?
It's a wooden ladder, but it's not old. It's not old or rotted. I mean, it's a newish looking one.
Yeah. So it'll.
The
it'll hold.
water.
It's not rotten.
Hold. But yeah, I'll let everybody know there's a ladder here. Looks fairly new. I think this is a new addition to this area. I would assume. Like, yeah, does the hole appear like? Does it match everything else, or does this appear to be like
Between
dug out?
It looks, looking at the edge of the flooring, it's like somebody's cracked open the floor.
Okay.
But the space is. I guess it's not clear if it's been dug out or if it already was here.
Do you know what? I'll tell you what my fear is. It's just like being down there because that's going to be scary. But it's.
Well, yeah, but we are playing a scary game.
Yeah, but it's not even just that. It's like someone
Are a trained professional.
Someone taking away the ladder when we all get down to the bottom. That's what scares me the most.
Well, it's bolted. It's bolted to where it is.
That doesn't
Right,
mean that
so-
it can't just,
Yeah, it would take some effort to unfasten that and remove it.
Yeah, it would take some effort, which gives us a chance. Also, I rolled and gained an advantage. So whatever situation I think we're going to descend into, I think we'll be okay. I say with desperate hope.
Tom, do you feel like taking the 6 if you get 6 stress for your disorder, or do you want to score something out just now to try and reduce your stress?
All I have left is my wife and kids.
Not anymore. I mean, you don't have to score them out. You could wait and take the 6. When you get 6, you just take a disorder.
You can't possibly. You have 3 anchors though.
I have 2.
Yeah.
Because I already scored one
That's
out, and I got
2
a whole
anchors.
1 box cleared.
So 2 anchors, like you're gonna score your wife and your kids out, like as in the second anchor.
So you wanna hold off scoring something out, or do you want to do it just now? I'm just asking because you're at 5.
I would just maybe hold off on it.
Will I go down first? I mean, will I take one for the team here and have a look at what's down there?
I'm gonna score out my family.
Oh god.
They're not important anymore.
Don't even know what roll you might even only get 1
This is true.
roll.
Oh, you got all of it.
Oh,
That's good.
yeah, fuck those kids.
We'll do a little. If you remind me, we'll do a little scene where you like call them, or they try to call you, and you just like, I got more important things going on.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I was imagining.
Oh.
Sure.
It's all right. You can get a new wife and kids, I guess.
So there's this big opening.
Who cares that little Timmy's doing well in soccer? All right, I'm trying to save the fucking world.
Soccer. Who plays fucking soccer?
What was your other anchor, just to say?
A friend that I had that isn't here.
So you chose your friend over your family?
Well, yeah.
No, that's not who's got left. That's who scored out.
Oh yeah, no.
It's loyalty to his country's way soft. Anyway, that doesn't matter. So, yeah. You just get to this opening, ladder going down. Unlit area, obviously, just by your flashlights. But it definitely looks like it's a passage down there that continues on somewhere. So, what do you want to do here?
Like I said, I'll let everybody know there's a ladder and a passageway, and
Yeah, I imagine if they all come into that one room that you're in, they can all stand at the edge of the thing and see it.
I'll go ahead and descend because I saw first, and Jason hurt his ankle, so I mean he'll be a little slower. Or at least I can help him down.
Yeah, Jason, you'll be like hobbling on 1 foot basically, because putting any
Would
weight
it,
in that.
would it
goes
not be
with the sword.
better if Jason like waits at the top of the ladder and like covers us? You know, I mean, if he's gonna have trouble climbing, he can at least, you know, like watch over us from up at the top of the ladder.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to do, Jason. You want to go down, or do you want to
Stay
hang
up
out
here
up
alone.
there? Well, he's got,
Oh.
Tao Meng outside.
Oh, I'm gonna keep
Hopefully.
going.
Okay. Yeah, I'll climb the ladder down first, and I'll
Okay,
help you
sturdy ladder.
down.
Like I said, it's varnished and everything, so it's like weather protected. You get down to the bottom, and the ground's very uneven. Either it's bare rock that's uneven, or it's been like mined, a pickaxe chipped, dug at, and that's what's left it kind of like uneven because it's quite sharp. Looking along the passage here, it definitely looks like it's been dug out by the marks on the wall. You can see like wooden supports have been put in to hold up the roof, but the whole thing is at like a gentle slope going downwards, and it looks like it extends quite a distance beyond. Like your light's probably not going to penetrate the end.
Oh, great. Yeah, love that. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
So is this where we're going, everyone?
Nah, let's just go back.
I suppose that's what we're gonna have to do, isn't it?
Excellent. Tom, you're leading the way.
I feel like probably one of us should stay behind at the top of the ladder, though. But I don't know.
It sounds to me like Mark's at the back.
All right, let her stay by the ladder.
Are you serious? Like, we all know what's
Oh.
gonna happen. It's
Oh,
like
Mrs. Oh, the
something's-
ladder disappears. Well, you're the one who said it.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking there's probably gonna be a monster that comes out at the top bit and like, oh
Why
my
did
goodness.
you
No,
say
girl,
it?
the
I'm gonna
monster's
be-
in front of us.
Or I'm gonna be
Monster's
adopted.
in the hole.
I'm gonna be
Nah.
adopted.
Oh,
No.
what do you feel better about? I mean, would you
Oh, man,
rather
the
go
agents
down
in-
into the hole and I'll stay at the top?
Agents there are very wow. They'll just let anybody in there.
Yeah. Do you want to go down in the hole with me and Jason and have Mark stay at the top of the ladder, or do you want to stay at the top of the ladder? I'm going down the hole.
I think I'll stand at the top of the ladder with Mark.
Well,
No, Mark is coming with us. So
that's what I meant. You know, like probably three of us should go into the hole, and like one
The
of us
hole,
should
yeah.
stay behind.
Exactly.
yes.
So, make a decision.
Suki, do
Because
you
look,
do
you
you
were
want to...
you were right on what you said because somebody may actually get the ladder, so we need someone up here. So
Laura, do you want to stay back here on your own?
Well, I kind of feel like now that it's just like the thing could be up the stairs.
No.
How
And
do you
it'll
don't
just
know that?
slightly-
Listen, you're your own person. Do you want to stay here on your own in the dark, or do you want to go down in the dark with them? The guys who
I'll
have guns.
just go. Do you know what? Actually, Mark, can you stay upstairs and I'll just go with them. Down.
Right. I feel like from the description, Mark will be hanging towards the rear to protect the rear.
Yes.
But we're all going to go down the hole because what's the fun in not doing
Yeah.
that? You've got Tao Meng back there. Nobody could possibly
He's
whip that
fine.
ladder away in that short time. It's
Yeah,
like bolted to the
ankle,
floor.
man. You ain't ready for this.
Tao Meng is a secret
And-
kung fu
and
master.
if-
He'll
oh,
whip those
and-
gangsters up.
I do believe if I call for help to Mark, I'm sure he's going to protect me because,
From behind.
the Americans stick together, don't they?
Well, I mean, yeah, we'll all protect each other.
You
We're
got two big guys with guns in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going down
Yeah.
gentle slope down this passageway. We're going to walk down this passageway for a good 4 or 5 minutes before it kind of
Holy
like
shit.
flattens out. You've got that oppressant feeling of the world above you, or the earth weighing down on you. And then down here is going to get very quiet and still. The air is still filled with that very strong sort of burning smell. Although there's definitely no
Is that-
smoke or fire here, it's just like the scent of the air.
I was going to say, is that the same one that, we recalled at the flat?
Which
Hello?
flats are you talking about?
At the flat, remember the flat we went to?
You've been to a couple of
Sorted
flats. Which
about
flat?
The one that was fumigated.
Oh, no.
Oh no, that's
Okay.
No, that's a very chemically fumigation smell.
All right.
No.
Okay.
yeah, that was
Pesticide smell.
fumigation. Yeah.
Okay.
No, there's no smoke. There's no anything here to indicate anything's burning, but it definitely has that kind of smell. The floor gets evened out here. The chamber at the bottom, which seems fairly expansive, and the roof has been like raised so it's higher as well. You can see like a series of like chains along the side of the wall. You can see like gurneys and stretchers like lying out. Some of them are lying on their side. Some of them are propped up against the wall. Some of them are blood stained. You can see like a dentist chair in the middle of the room with like lights that have been switched off around it. And the chair itself has got like blood all over it.
Oh gosh.
You can see other passages going off in 3 different directions from this room. There's also a table there, and it's got like surgical tools like laid out across it, as well as like a waste paper basket that has like dirty bloody gloves and things like that.
I'm gonna try the lights on the like pointed at the dentist chair just to see if power works.
Sure. Can everybody roll stress?
Oh fuck!
Okay.
Dark die stress. You
I'm good.
click on the
Yeah.
light, the fluorescent lights go hum, buzz a little bit, and flicker, and then come on one at a time. There's like 3 of them around the
Where
dentist
do
chair.
you roll the stress?
Dark die, pick stress.
So, sorry, I had to go away for a minute. Are we all down in the pit at this
Yes.
point? Or?
Yeah, you're just like
Right,
at the
Yeah.
gear. Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah, I got stress.
Okay. Suki and Tom, user freaked out. You turn the light on, and the others probably just hear a skittering, but you two catch sight of like these big, they look like big, long, diagonal legs, just kind of like are at the edge of one of the passageways, and when you turn the light on, it kind of just skitters into the darkness of the tunnel.
Gun and flashlight pointed directly at that.
Sure, you turn down that towards that corner. Because you imagine like each corner of the room has a passageway going sort of like 90 degrees off of it. You just turn and you just like see this big leg just go, and you kind of hear it scraping on the wall or the floor as it goes around the corner. The passageway there looks as if it goes down a distance and then goes into a room on the right. And I say a distance, I mean like 8 feet or something like that.
Still don't see the thing. I just see the legs.
Yes,
That
long,
disappeared to the dark.
thin, diagonal, kind of like a long insect leg, but maybe like the height of a man.
Oh my gosh.
And they just disappear into the void.
Yeah, you literally just saw it move, like, because you turned the light on, like a roach might run when you turn the light on.
Okay, all right, okay.
But I'm guessing Mark and Jason didn't see anything. You might have heard the scraping, skittering sound, but you didn't see anything.
It's like I'm like, Mark, this is really scary. This is really scary.
sounds like we're gonna
There's
need.
monsters. It's a
There
monster.
can't be monsters. I mean, this is like some kind of movie.
Well, I swear I saw spider legs
It looked like a big
here,
insect.
that way.
Yeah, it was like a big human insect.
So, okay, so you saw it too. So I'm
Yeah.
not just imagining things.
From the other room corridor on the right hand side, you hear something getting knocked over and hitting on the floor. Maybe like a cup or something like that.
I am locked in on this corridor, so I'm just like sweating and just like, somebody please tell me what is over there, because I cannot
Yeah,
take my eyes off this corridor.
I'm a bit like that as well because I'm like freaked out about it. So
We're not alone down here.
Is there? I'm thinking just looking shit. I'm not trying to go full, Earth versus the bug people, but is there like any discarded wood lying around that I could use to fashion into like a burning torch?
There'll be rags and stuff in the waste paper basket or around it that you could pick up.
Yeah, I was thinking just for the sake of like getting more light in the place generally, maybe like try and rig together something
The room you're in right now is very well lit because there's 3 big fluorescent lights around this dentist chair in the centre. You can probably hear the hum of a generator or something when you turned the light on somewhere.
So the room where we had like the cup breaking type noise, is that like closer to us than if we were to go down the corridor where
yeah, you're in this like a square room opening. If you imagine off each corner there's a passageway coming off. The one of them was when you came in. The one straight across from that, like going north, is the sound that they just heard. And the cup sound comes from the one on the right, the east.
Can I have a look at the one where the cup sound came from?
Sure. Again, there's just like a short wall, and then it looks like it turns into like a room, or possibly another passage.
I like maybe just glance inside without really committing to going in there.
So you want to take your flashlight and go poke around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me stress.
Oh no. I'm sensing the theme of this episode.
Yeah, you hold your breath, Mark. You turn around with the flashlight, and it's just a short corridor, and then it goes left again. You can quickly map in your mind that this corridor goes down and then turns into the room that the other one leads into.
Right, so it's like a kind of like a loop almost, I guess.
Yes.
No.
No. Mark, don't. Mark, come back.
Yeah, I think I need to
Oh my
review.
god, that scared the shit out of me.
Oh shit.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you. It was quiet.
Mimi.
Okay, so what do you just want to do?
Legitimately, that made me jump.
You're just way too zen.
So loud. Oh my god.
Okay, so what do you want to do? Jason, what do you want to do?
I just remember. I recall.
What the fuck?
Jason, what do you want to do?
As I was saying, like
You're not
do
Jason!
what?
I'm sorry, dude. I couldn't hear you because it's like, what? I know you said, what do you want to do? I'm like, do what? I mean, yeah, I'm looking with, actually, I saw Calvin was looking. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
I mean, I already. Yeah, it looked like insect legs, and me and Suki both saw it, so it's not just me hallucinating or seeing things in the shadows.
Also,
But they ran off that direction, and then Mark is investigating a cup sound, which, from his report, the passageway possibly leads to the same room that the bug legs left, and there's also a fourth passageway directly to our left.
Oh, shit. Okay,
Room we're in is brightly lit now, but
alright, let's go. It's where the insect legs didn't go, but I want you to keep your eye on that room while we're moving to it. Okay?
yeah, I'm not taking my eyes off this passageway.
Good. Alright, let's
yeah.
go. We're doing that. See, when Dark does that, that makes me concerned.
This is the passageway we came from.
Yes.
This is where I saw the bug legs go to.
Yes.
This is where the cup sound went, and Mark just
Yes.
peeked around, so it leads this direction. This is the one place we haven't looked at.
Correct.
Yeah.
Got a character, good soundtrack, in character. Wanted to say that.
Calvin Isuki is convinced that something with big bug legs is in here. I mean, you and Mark heard skittering noises, but you didn't see the legs.
The circle is you guys.
I just feel like it's just gonna, you know.
Right, so you've
Past
not
us?
got a lot of timer. What do you want to do?
Like I said, I'm going towards the place. So
Okay, so the
Yeah, I think we
this
should
passage.
stick together as much as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, Jason, on your bad ankle, yes, you want to hobble in front up this way?
be telling. Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Oh, you're going
you
down? Okay.
make your way up that corridor towards where Tom indicates the thing that ran to. And as you get to the corner there, you can hear this very loud, like, scratching, scrabbling sound.
Run up to it.
You turn the corner, and it kind of looks like the top half of a young woman extending out from the bottom half of like a large beetle. And the beetle has got his legs stretched out and it's like scratching and scrabbling at the top corner of the room as if it's trying to dig through the wall. And the top half of the woman, which is attached to the bottom half of the beetle, is just like hanging off of it, arms flailing, her boobs hanging out because she's completely naked, hair just like all messy and bloodied. And she just turns her head to like look at you, opens her mouth, and all these like insect like mandibles like stretch out from where our tongue should be in our mouth and just go like in your direction. Can you roll insight and stress?
Okay, is that dark die?
Yes. Obviously applies to anybody that catches sight of this thing.
I guess it does apply to all of us.
Also stress, okay, at the same time. For
Just-
those
just
of
click
you
the-
who gain insight, which I think is everyone, you realise that it's not just like a woman attached to it. This thing is clearly is or was a person and is now like a thing in addition to a person. But it's very alive,
Mark, have you got your camera? Do you
very
wanna take a
large,
photo?
very hideous looking.
It's not.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
there's time
guess
to
it's
speak. Jason, you turn a corner, you see this thing at you, and then what'd you do?
Oh, I got stressed. I shoot it.
Give me a
Yeah.
risky action roll with 2 dice. Anyone else wants to shoot at you, do the same.
I just got stressed, so it's like, what the fuck, you know?
Bang, bang. Jason, I assume you don't want to roll that with stress again.
No, I'm good.
Bang, bang. Thomas also lets out 2 shots. Bang, bang. You definitely hit the body of the woman with your first shot, Thomas, and it screams in the way that a young woman would scream and scurries off down the other corridor on the opposite side of the room. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna run back into the square room and see if I can head her off.
Alright, since you're doing that, I'm gonna hobble forward towards.
Do Mark and
Go
Suki not
forward.
have weapons?
I'm debating about that one. I feel like I probably still wouldn't have brought a gun on this occasion.
Okay, so you're relying on the big brave Americans to do all the work.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. 4 guns, surely we'll win.
Okay, so Mark and James, you're running back down the short corridor then to the other room to try and head it off before it runs off anywhere else.
Oh, he's running to the other side. I'm running where.
Yeah.
After it?
James is following it. I'm trying to head it off.
Okay. James, do you want to roll risky action with 1 dice? Because obviously your ankle is hindering you. Tom, you can roll 2 dice again.
I'm not running at him.
No, I mean, you're hobbling after it, yes.
Oh no.
Right, yes, Jason, you come around the corner. The thing's just at the end of that corridor as you turn the corridor and you let out your shot. Once again, hitting the rear end of it, the woman end, before it turns round, and there's just like a spray of blood on the wall, and another scream like, a woman in great pain. Thomas, it just comes barreling into the room just as you get to the corner there, and you let out shot and shot. And its body just sort of like slides and slumps towards you and just stops right in front of you and then twitches a little bit. The woman end of it like pushes her arms on the ground and pushes herself upwards, and you can see that she's got blood coming out of her chest, and she just like screams at you, and all that insect thing inside her mouth like reaches out and stretches out a few inches and wriggles in the air.
Yeah, I'm emptying my gun into her face.
Sure. Ba 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 ba. The rest of the magazine. And she dies.
What a waste.
We can stop there tonight.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All we just see is a picture of him just unloading his whole gun, fade to black.
Yeah, no, just a look of sheer terror and then just muzzle flash.
A black
Just
screen.
click, click,
yeah,
click.
black screen,
Yeah.
except for the muzzle flash and the sounds, and then the credits roll.
Yeah.
good news is, I guess I don't have to worry about being a good spy. Now it's just survive. Spooky shit is happening.
Yup.
You haven't watched Wicked City recently, by any chance?
I have not, but I did watch it quite a lot when I was young.
Yeah, just what it made me think of.
That her bottom half was a beetle?
Yes, like extended out from the bottom of her waist, just goes into like a beetle. Beetle-like. I mean, not exactly like a beetle, but you imagine like the long insect body,
I was
the legs.
expecting spider.
I was thinking of that. Is it a film and it's called Lair? I think it's like a sort of. It's like an Indian film. Yeah. And it's like she's like a beetle and she's got like the big tongue and the fangs. It's quite scary.
No, let's see it. But yes, that'll be today's one. We'll pick up next time.
Oh boy. Glad I got to participate in this one.
You're fine.
I felt like what was the point in going down there? We never even got any clues or anything. There was just some beetle woman. I felt like, you know, what was the point? There's no clues. We didn't get anything.
Well, we only just showed up. We haven't had a chance to look for clues. Fucking Spider Lady showed up. Dude, the fact that it was in the room with us before I turned off the light, that's what terrifies me the most.
No.
It was in the room with us.
He's like way too easy.
I know I'm way too easy with that.
See when you did the music, that was hilarious.
Yeah, no, dude, that was mean as fuck. I was locked in. That shit, I jumped.
That was definitely a Swindle special of the woo, Scooby.
Because I always have to turn down the music because sometimes whenever you like start a new track, it like just
it can
goes
jump because it's not been
fucking
set up.
loud.
Yeah. I wish there was a thing I mean, when you import them, you can set the volume on them, but I don't think it always remembers.
Yeah. I think it forgets sometimes, but yeah, that's what that was. You turned off the music, and I was like, okay, so it's silent, and then you started up that track, and of course it starts super fucking loud. And I was like, Jesus.
Yep.
Oh man.
Well, I was like, we're past halfway point. Let's start making it a horror film instead of a spy film.
Time for the bug monsters. I think I'm going to have a hard time parsing this one as something that the Russians have been cooking up lately.
Yeah, I'm starting to suspect that this isn't a biological or chemical weapon to be used against capitalism.
Yeah, I can't see that even the Soviets would consider, making people into bug monsters a particularly good idea.
Big mosquito women. Quite scary.
No, Soviets were totally like, so comrade, I have this idea. He's a bit crazy.
The Americans have never seen this coming.
Boy. Yeah, that was a good one. That was great.
Yep.
Definitely sweating profusely now.
Yeah.
Well, I was worried he was getting a bit dry with clues and stuff.
Thanks.
But it's also looking for opportunities to actually put in spooky stuff in amongst you talking to people. Do you know what I mean? It's like, can you wait till there's actually a point for it?
Yeah, spooky moment.
Yeah. Because if you don't do it right, it feels a little ham-fisted and it's not quite as scary. Yeah.
Well, it just feels unnatural. You're like, why is this here?
Yeah.
No.
Exactly, yeah. Oh my, I didn't even clock it either. There was cages. There was like the barred
shackles,
walls. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were just meeting people that were raged up. Yeah, I wasn't expecting full-on people women.
Well,
I was expecting
there's a
triad gangsters. Yeah. I was expecting triad gangsters.
I feel like that's still to come.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Bowling Fang isn't down here all, Frankensteining it up with the beetle spider lady. Not spider lady, beetle lady.
Insect lady.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That's typical players shooting things instead of trying to talk to them first.
Nah.
Actually,
Nah.
I can vouch for my actions because if I wouldn't have got a stress, I wouldn't have shot her.
Hmm.
I don't know. Not human. Clearly not human. Used to be human, not human anymore.
Yeah,
But what
if I wouldn't
is
have got that
human?
stress,
What is human?
What
Not
is
fucking
human?
that.
Such prejudice.
Nope.
Anyway, yes, that's tonight's. We will do next time, folks. Has anyone got any
Holy shit.
dates coming up that they know they're not going to make? Just so I can plan ahead.
Just that 1 week that you said you were going to be away anyway, which was, I don't know, what was it,
28th.
28th, yeah.
End of
My
month.
birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
I'll
like,
be away
Laura,
that
do you know
week.
when to do the game on your birthday? And she's like, no.
it's fine.
Well, it's my birthday.
Yeah, no worries. Next week I might have to leave a little early, but I should be okay to play still.
What do you think a little early is? An hour or less than an hour?
Maybe an hour.
Because I mean, I
Probably
normally
less
finish like half an hour earlier than we have tonight anyway.
Yeah. So I'm not like it's a maybe. I might have to leave early. Just depends on if we're running a little longer that day.
Yeah, I'll just try not to run that one on.
Yeah, no worries.
Depends
Either
what
way.
you do anyway.
We could even just start right away.
We started
I
right
mean,
away
yeah.
today, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
We're
much.
fine.